morning. Friday, 7:10. Sean Gumatauto in the KUM News Zoom room. Glenn, I wanted to ask before we let you go,
Sure.
because I know you do like the novena every year, so what are you doing for this year?
We're doing the novena again with my family and teaching my nephews, the tradition.
Nice.
We don't really have the big parties like how everyone does it.
Yeah.
Mama Lit we're going to sit and pray the novena. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Just with the kids and teaching them, how to do it. And
So when you do it low-key style like that, just the family at the house, do you always have like the meal afterwards?
yeah, we just have a little spread. That's it. Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing, no big whoop. But of course, we go to our other friends' places for those.
You go mess
Yeah.
their house.
Yeah, we go to their house.
That's it. Right
And
on.
does your family, do they prefer you saying it, or do you prefer saying it like in English or Chamorro?
Well, because the kids, we're doing it in English, but I am, going to teach them Chamorro. I need to practice. I mean,
Right.
I'm one that's Chamorro po asu, so
Right.
I gotta.
Well, as long as you got the book.
Yeah.
You should be
Otherwise,
good.
we're gonna be there all night.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
because I was gonna say in my family when us like the younger cousins, we would be the ones to set up the table, fan the table, and everything.
Yeah.
We'd be sitting like in the church in Agana Heights,
Yeah.
Catholic church in the pews. But as soon as they hit, they're like Maasi, Maasi. We're like, all right,
Yeah.
that's our cue to
Okay,
go
get
outside and
up,
start
up,
setting
go,
up.
go,
that's,
go,
that's
go,
the,
go.
that's the section there in the rosary or the novena. Okay, it's time to.
That's the 2-minute warning.
I
Yep.
don't know if that's exactly written in the Bible, where that's the part when you go outside and like
This
start,
guy.
start opening up the Winchell's box. but-
That's just our custom.
Take the tuna out of the fridge.
Get the potato salad out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like T-minus 3 minutes until they come outside.
Start putting the soup in the cups.
How
Uh,
fast do you say the rosary? Because I've actually been in a couple of your live stream
He's
rosaries.
a pretty quick one.
So
Yeah.
according to my
35, I would say.
according to my friends and family, about 30 minutes with singing and stuff. But if no singing, 20 minutes.
Is that
20.
the
in
record?
English.
Well, because I want to say the fastest song Guam, and we've talked about this before, is probably Rolanata, right?
Roland.
Blas.
Roland Blas. I'm
Roland
sorry.
Blas.
Yeah, forgive me.
He's a relative of mine. He's my
Yeah.
nephew. Yeah.
Bernardo, right?
Yeah, from the Bernardo side.
But he is fast.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's fast.
It's 7:12. Sean, I wanted to before because I know you got to go too, but you're going on to the NMI. We just talked about the kid vaccinations out there, but I was in this public health press conference yesterday. They do a Thursday thing,
Right.
and they were saying that they're not really happy with the booster numbers, with the kid vaccine numbers. So I wanted to go back to the messaging, which is it's a conversation that we talk about a lot here. What does public health locally need to do to kind of round that corner and get where they think we need it? Because they're saying basically if Omicron's coming, then, oh my God, we got to vaccinate all the kids and everyone's got to get their booster. So how do they kind of turn the corner on that messaging? Because it kind of seems like we might have hit a little bit of a tough spot.
Right. I think that, you're hearing it at least once a week through the help of Dr. Ann Pabutsky. You're getting Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero. I think Dr. Bob, who was the doctor for most of my 5 kids, Chris, he's an absolute authority when it comes to things pediatrics. And so I think, over time, we have to look at it as a community and listen to him. Dr. Michael from the Physicians Advisory Group. They're out there encouraging families, encouraging folks. I've heard Dr. Wynn, even on your show too, encouraging parents to go and talk to their physicians. I think that the biggest thing that they are doing is they are doing it. They are getting out the word saying, hey, go do it. But also it's incumbent on parents. And I'm a parent, Chris, you're a parent too. We have to spend that time, understand what it means for our kids. I know Glenn's also teaches in the school system. We as a community need to educate those who may not understand it or may not know and keep getting the word out. I know it's not fast enough, right? I think we all want it to be quick because we want it to be over. But this is going to be around for a while. So as a community, I think we should continue to work with our families, continue to encourage that messaging, and listen to programs like The Link when you're hearing information like what we're talking about relative to school-located vaccinations, for vaccinations for those 5 and 11, those pediatric vaccinations. We have to just hear it, make those decisions, and do what you got to do and protect yourself. And that's the best we can do. If not, wear a mask, continue to socially distance, and wash your hands as best you can.
Right. Sean, I think you said something we all want it to be over, but I wanted to take this over to Glenn. Glenn, what's your take on it? Because my take is that I gave up on it being over because I'm tired of the letdown. So in my mind, I have just accepted that this pandemic and COVID-19, it's just going to be around, and it's just going to be one of those things that we got to get a shot for.
I'm just like you. I've accepted it. Let's move forward. We have to learn to adjust and adapt to the changes, the new changes, and continue to just safeguard ourselves, follow what's told to us, the doctors, and listening to their advice, and we just continue life as
Yeah.
we know it, one day at a time. That's all I say, one day at a time.
Continue life and eat your Hawaiian Delight cake, right?
Yeah.
With all the coconut in it.
Yes, that's indigenous there, Sean. Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, guys. You have a great day.
You
Happy
too.
holidays.
Be safe. Have a good trip.
All right.
Yeah, well, thanks, man.
Okay, right on.
Hey, real quick before we let Glenn go, I just want to say big congratulations, because I consider you two, friends, family members. We're part of this wonderful island community, but we are divided, the two of you and I, because as of last night, my Simon Sanchez Sharks are going to be facing your GW Geckos in the girls volleyball championship game next Thursday. So if I happen to send you guys a couple snarky messages or sharky messages,
Oh,
let's see.
wow. Okay.
And kudos, I got to give a shout out to Rich Tamunda, who's
Yep.
the coach.
Rich
All
Tamunda
right,
and
that's
Cesar,
right, yeah.
Cesar
Yeah.
Mayoyo, the assistant coach. He was part
Yes.
of our very first volleyball championship team in '88.
Well,
And Rich Tamunda, of course, like a legendary middle blocker, but
we'll see.
he's gone back.
Sean, what's your take on this? This is going to be a great matchup.
Bobby Kanata going for her 19th championship
Right,
in GW.
yeah.
Oh yeah, see Bobby.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a great match, and you're right. The experience against a team that right now is playing some really good volleyball, so it's going to be an awesome final.
Okay, but
Come on, Sean,
but,
you're a fan of the Raiders, so you got to side with silver and black, man. You got to go with Sanchez.
But Sean, so
Hey,
we
man,
have.
I'm a happy parent of Notre Dame High School, and I love everything about it. So I'm still rooting for whoever's going to play hard in the first set could be it, but that's never guided the finals anyway. So should be a lot of fun to watch that final.
That's going to
Sean-
be interesting. Bobby Kanata and
Right.
Richard Tamunda.
Yep.
In the
That's
same-
crazy.
Very, very good friends, colleagues.
Yes.
They've
Oh,
known each other
boy.
for more than 30 years. And
Right,
a lot
yeah.
of
I
respect
might even
between
yell
the
at
two.
Rich during the match, so you got to watch out. She might be yelling at him at some point.
Yeah. Sean, I know you said you're a Notre Dame parent, so do I take that to mean that you're going to be rooting for FD in the ISA Boys High School Football Championship game?
Against Guam High.
Yeah, that's a crazy
You
matchup.
know what? I'm a fan of Notre Dame, but the rivalry still exists in terms of boys sports. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. It depends. Are they playing? I think they're playing at Guam High, or no? Are they playing at GW? Because that also, it's the field.
Yeah.
Wherever they play, it's going to be a good game depending on where they play. If they're playing at Guam High, it's going to be a fast moving football game. A lot of hitting, a lot of running the ball, and I want to see how the Guam High defensive front will go against that FD offense, and see if they can stop them. After all these years and all these finals, and the streak.
Yeah,
Will
the
it end
streak.
tonight. We'll find out. That'll
Yeah.
be the story of the year.
That's
if
crazy.
They can pull it off.
So FD is on a, man, correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, but it's like 56 game winning streak.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I think it's 56.
Wow.
right?
Yeah, so they have not lost a football game in 56 games, which spans like
Yeah.
the last 80 years or something
Wow.
like that.
And I mean, Sean knows this. FD coach Bruce Meno and everything like that runs a really, really good program. Disciplined players. They all buy into the system, and
Bruce, the back, Bruce.
they play hard.
No, they do. But again, it goes back to it's going to be between the tackles. It's going to be fun to see how the offensive line for FD can stop that defense is pretty good for Guam High.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about watching that matchup again, and let's see if the result is different. Otherwise, then you gotta, the FD is going to repeat one more time.
Man, Glenn, I don't want to turn this into like a military versus local matchup, but that's what I think a lot of people are looking at it as, because Guam High, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you going to be that one guy standing?
Hey, I'm just saying it is
You're
what
going to
it
be
is.
that one guy standing on the sideline with a sign that says, "Give us our land back." Right? It has nothing to do with the game.
Well, when you think about it, it's that's what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is. Yep. So it's going to be a great matchup.
Definitely.
Okay, Sean, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Wow, I had
Happy
no
holidays,
idea.
Sean.
We covered just about everything from kid vaccines to Hawaiian Delight Cake to high school sports. Glenn, thank you for stopping by, my friend.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much, Glenn.
I'm glad
Right.
you guys enjoyed the dessert with your breakfast. And,
Oh, we're about to have
share it with
some.
everybody here in the studio.
Of course, there's
Yeah.
plenty to go around.
Happy holidays to you and all the kids
Happy
and
holidays.
your family.
All right.
Link
All right.
fam, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with one of my favorite local artists. I am Ray John. He's dropping a new single. It's kind of debuted a little bit on YouTube, but we want to give it an extra pump here on the link, and that's on the way.
And just real quick, a lot of maybe Glenn students students are watching right now. It's like, hey, so Mr. Lujan's on the link. That means we don't have school today.
No,
No,
you-
he's on his way to class.
You
You
have
guys.
school. You have school.
I'm going to work.
There you go. All right, 7:20. The link continues next. Good morning.
KUAM's multi-platform morning show, The Link.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Want a better look at your spending? With Money Map, you can automatically create budgets and manage where your money is going. Know when you have a green light or when it's time to slow down. Maybe cook more meals at home this week. Set your goals, track your progress, and find your way to exactly where you want to be. With Money Map from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. It all starts with yes.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutter, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city, featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC.
The Novena to the Christ Child, a podcast series on KUAM Communication, a local Christmas tradition reimagined with all 9 days available on demand on the KUAM Podcast Network beginning December 6th and streaming on all our digital media platforms as well as nightly at 7 p.m. on Isla Digital Radio.
Attention basketball fans, the wait is over. Clutch Guam presents the second annual McDonald's High School Basketball Classic, going down December 20th to January 8th at the Father Duenas Jungle. Make sure you come through to watch some high school boys and girls varsity division action. You do not want to miss out. Special thanks going out to KUAM Sports. We'll see you there.
Hey, good morning, 724. The Dow. It's Friday, December 10th. Let's head right into the KUAM News Zoom room. By the way, the show is brought to you by Pacific Points, Cabo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. Dr. Ho Wen, the former Physicians Advisory Group Chair, is coming up here, as well as Tomas Maglotnia with the NMI update. There's a lot going on. We'll do half a health tips with FHP, the dental. And we're also giving you a chance to win with Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life. It's a huge, big contest that we're doing. And your chance to win is coming up. But I am Ray John now. I think he's in the KUAM News Zoom room. There, you there, buddy? Okay. Let's just go ahead and play the video. Okay. So we're actually here with I am Ray John. Well, he's not here. I think he's in the bathroom. But he's got this new music video. As we always try and support the local music here on the link. Is it in today's folder, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah, and so the video is... yeah, sure. Oh, here he is. Hey, I don't know if I should call you I am Ray John the whole thing, or do I just call you Ray or Ray John or Chalu? Unmute.
Oh, you're muted, bro.
Can you hear me? Did you dial in using internet audio?
Maybe we should play the video.
Let's go play the video first, like I said. Yeah, guys, let's go play the video first. We'll figure it out. It's 7:25. It's called I Adore You, and it's local music right here on the link. Good morning.
Every time the moon's up, every time I'm driving under the green lights, every time the wind blows and the waves crashing on the sand line, it feels right. I love everything about you, just the way that you are, beautifully gorgeous, looking in your heart.
Cool little music video there. It's called Adore You.
I like that groove, and then I like kind of like the juxtaposition almost of, he sings in like a higher register.
You like the juxtaposition of it?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's great. He's actually a very talented singer and a rapper too. So. And
the music video is, that's high production stuff.
Right. Good morning, guys. It's 7:29. Thank you so much for jumping on here, Ray John. I guess we just had so many technical difficulties with these young kids. They don't know how to do the Zoom.
He can crank out a song, though.
Yeah. Next time, just FaceTime us, bro, FT. 7:29, Dr. Ho Wen is coming up right here on the link next. Good morning. The show is brought to you by Pacific Points, Calvo Enterprises, IT&E, And Jack in the Box, it is the link. Miss a link, miss a lot, so don't miss it. Good morning.
It's time to save on shipping. Support our local entrepreneurs. Find the best deals, and unique products for your holiday shopping needs. The Christmas Pops virtual holiday marketplace is your hub for the best local gifts. Watch the Christmas Pops special airing through December 11th and streaming now across the stations and platforms of KUAM Communications. Visit KUAMChristmasPops.com and be on the lookout for local business profiles on our social media pages. Shop small and support local this holiday season.
Presented by UOG School of Business and Public Administration, JA Guam, inspiring youth, and the Guam Visitors Bureau, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Coors Light presents Uproar, the Sleigh Game Edition, Saturday, December 18th at Custom Fitness to compete head-to-head to determine who's the fittest. Visit guamtime.net. To purchase tickets for $15, visit us online. Special thanks to KUAM Communications, Boca Box, Custom Fitness, Kill Cliff, Cherry Media Vision, ERC, and A-Tech Construction. Proceeds to benefit the Guam Volleyball Federation.
Let's get merry during the most wonderful time of the year by making spirits bright. KUAM Communications and Coast 360 want to highlight your decorations and lights by flooding the social media pages of KUAM with your videos and photos. Finish your holiday setup, snap a few shots or video of your delightful display, and send it to us through social media or email them to promotions@KUAM.com. Check out our posts every Friday or tune in to KUAM News Weekend Edition for a special montage of the submissions certain to be making spirits bright with every broadcast. Warmest holiday wishes from KUAM Communications and Coast 360 Federal Credit Union. Together, we thrive.
Half a day. This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
Oh, good morning. Can we do let's do this birthday shout out again. Guys, I know on the radio side you heard the birthday shout out we did to my Netting Girls BFF.
But it's so nice, you got to do it twice.
Yeah, and I wanted to share the picture that it's so cute, man. And I was giving her a hard time about it, but she has a little BFF classmate named Shane Fournier. And she actually, today's his birthday. And look at that.
She gave him a picture of them?
She gave them a framed picture of them with BFF.
Again, puppy love is a thing.
Hey, easy there.
No, puppy love is pure, man. Puppy love doesn't necessarily mean,
She knows you're doing this?
She was like, don't say anything about puppy love or anything, so thanks, Jay.
Oh. Sorry, Callie.
So happy birthday, Shane Fournier. We did the whole singing happy birthday yesterday. And, if it's your birthday, or today, earlier in the show. So happy birthday, Shane. Little Mr. Shane. 7:34 Friday.
Good thing we got a doctor coming in the show because I think your blood pressure's a little bit high.
It's a little bit high.
Because your baby girl's got a got the feels.
Bree, how's that cake?
It's good.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Don't use your words.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
I'm going to have another piece.
What part of it do you like the best? I really like the pineapple.
I love the whole thing.
You know what I like, even though I haven't had it, just based on the ingredients, I love like the pineapple because it's kind of like tart.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Cool Whip is like that creamy, and then you get the cream cheese, which is also just a little bit tangy.
Mhm.
And then you got that yellow cake in there, right? Oh God, that is like,
The
whew.
cake is moist, and I love anything with cream cheese, basically, and Cool Whip together.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Again, really wonderful way to segue into a conversation with a physician.
That's right. Doc,
being
don't worry.
bad.
I haven't had a piece of this because I know I'm supposed to watch my blood sugar. I'm actually going to wait until we're done interviewing you. Good morning, Dr. Hoa Wen. He's the former chair of the Physicians Advisory Group and, of course, heads up American Medical Center, a family of clinics. Good morning, Doc. Thanks for joining us.
There you are. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good
Beautiful
morning.
Friday.
Isn't it? It's a very beautiful. Good morning for some cake. So, ooh, your connection's a little bit. There you go. So, Doc, I guess we just kind of would maybe start with this. There's a public health press conference yesterday, and there was a lot of discussion about the child vaccines for kids ages 5 to 11. I know that Dr. Berg of the Physicians Advisory Group, he did an interview with Nestor, and he was basically saying, hey, Omicron coming here, it's urgent. We got to use this as an opportunity to put the word out to tell parents to get the kids their vaccinations, right? And so Public Health had said they're currently in conversations with GDOE, a bunch of planning meetings, but in the meantime, they're doing outreach, vaccination, and booster clinics, kind of like in the vicinity of some schools. Like I think they're doing one in Talafofo, they're doing one in Hoggett. But what else do we need to do, Doc? Because it kind of seems like they're not too happy with the child vax numbers as well as the booster numbers. I think he's frozen. Let it go, let it go. Is he frozen?
Yeah,
There he
he's
is.
frozen. He's not even moving.
I can answer my own question.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they need to do an aggressive campaign. You see how we're getting the word out about the ERA, Emergency Rental Assistance Program, which is this great program out of the Department of Administration, where it's federally funded, and if you're having any issues, there you are. If you're having any issues with rent or utilities, you can go ahead and avail of this program and apply, and we'll have more information on that coming up. But Doc, I think we got you now. Good morning. Yeah. Okay, we lost him. Yeah, but Bree, can you tell me a little bit more about the emergency rental assistance program? Because I have some friends who are asking about it because they hear us. We talk about it all the time here on the link, and they hear about it, and there's always room for more information.
Yeah, the Guam Emergency Rental Assistance Program. It's for those of you who've experienced any difficulty, right, with paying your rent or utilities because of the COVID pandemic. And so there is federal assistance that is available. It's being a program that is being administered by the Department of Administration. So they help pay for rental arrears, utility arrears, moving expenses, as well as internet expenses. So what you need to do is you need to go to doa.guam.gov. You can complete the online application there. If you have any questions, you can call 671-638-4518. Again, that's 671-638-4518 or 4519. You can also email era@doa.guam.gov.
Thank you, Sabrina and Dr. Hoa. It looks like we got you now. We had to kick the kids off the Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, the children vaccine are important. I think that there's no urgency on the vaccine. The kid, they have to get the vaccine before December. But I think the most important thing for everyone to do is basically educate the public, the parents, about the safety of the vaccine and the importance of vaccine before you push. So I think they should be. I think they have a town hall meeting tonight, public health with the parents, with GDOE, And I think those should happen a lot more, just to put the information out there. And again, I talked to a few people on the school, and the vaccine should be given to the children only when the parents are there. There's no choice on that one. Yeah. It's a lot of risk to give the vaccine to children without the parents present. So, that has to be planned carefully. I think during the school day, it's kind of hard for the parents that work that would have to make time to be there. So the most important thing is that probably make it convenient for the parents to do after school hours or during the weekend. Yeah. So that way parents can be there with their children. Especially from 5 to 11, the have to calm the children down before you can give the vaccine. At 5 to 11, it's hard for them to sit there for you to get the vaccine. So it's important for the parents to be there. So, I think we tend to rush into things, but we cannot rush on this one, especially with the children.
Doc, another age group that they're seeing lower numbers in is the 18 to 29 demographic. I think they said that, it was only 60% of them were fully vaccinated. What about that age demographic? Because it just seems like such a hard sell. Because 18 to 29, these are they're fit. They probably think they're gonna live forever. You know what I mean? They're probably thinking, I don't need the vaccine. And then when you have information like 7 people in the hospital, all 7 of them are vaccinated. I mean, it just kind of hurts the rep of the vaccine for, I think, a lot of these 18 to 29-year-olds. You know what I mean? They look at that and they're like, what's the point? So how do we reach them, or do we need to reach them, or we just forget it?
We need to reach them. The reason is, guys, when we have a low turnout for the booster, right? I mean, I'm not sure the percentage is about 30% or 35% of what's supposed to be where we are at this time. And again, campaign need to be out there to kind of let the people know why it's important to have the booster. Right? I mean, I talk to my patient every day in the clinic, and I ask them the same question. First question, do you get your booster yet? Every time you see the patient, and most of them say, I'm fully vaccinated already. But when you talk to them, the vaccine, the second dose is back before April. And when you explain to them why you need the booster, they all get the booster because they don't know. And despite what we do on the radio and everything else, people still think that they got the 2 doses and that's it. Doesn't matter how long ago it need to be done. But we have to do the campaign to do that, because I tell you, coming this winter, we still have Delta on the island. And yes, the people in the hospital are fully vaccinated. If I don't know when the second dose that they have, but I would venture to say that most of them is outside their 4.5 to 6 months zone already. Yeah. So when you outside that zone, yes, you're gonna get infected. So if you think that you're fully vaccinated with 2 doses and you have no restriction, you won't get sick. And that's what we're afraid of, is that during the holiday, as we come in, we have to deal with the Delta still on the island, and the people that not fully protected, not fully vaccinated, but not fully protected, will get sick during the holiday because they get together. And on top of that, Omicron will get here sooner or later, on the island. The combination of Omicron and Delta, do we expect to have a surge during the holiday? Yeah, maybe. And that's the scary part about it. So I don't think that the Omicron is on the island yet. It's very infectious. And so we usually see a rise in the positive in the clinic. We haven't seen it yet. So, the longer we wait, the better. So it gives us more time to get our people to get their booster in order to protect themselves. And, the study say booster, when they increase your neutralizing antibody a whole lot, 25-fold is a big jump in order to protect yourself during the holiday. But again, we have to go out there and let the people know about why they need to have the booster. No, like I said, it's really work to cut down the severity of the illness if you get the level of neutralizing antibody that you have, about the booster. So, that's we're gonna see quite a few vaccinated people in the hospital, guys, and that's reality because the immunity are waning down on those people.
Right, Doc. There was when you talk about Omicron on Guam, there was a great story out of KUAM News here, interviewing Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero. He's the Chief Medical Officer of the Department of Public Health, and he says, quote, most likely, to be honest, it's probably already here. We already know it's out in Hawaii with a guy that never traveled, so it's a good chance Omicron might be here already.
Yeah, like I say, Omicron is highly infectious, more than Delta. We have not seen a surge yet, only rise in the case in the clinic. So I would say that it will be here, but right now I don't think it's quite here yet. But it will be here because all travel back and forth through Hawaii. So no, we just have to brace for it. Once it gets here, you will see the rate going to go up. And the most important thing is that, this is not a study. There's data gathering say that because the mutation on the spike protein on the Omicron, that the people that recently got infected with the Delta can also get reinfected because of the mutation. So the people that recently got infected with the Delta within the last 3 months doesn't mean that if you put your guard down, that you will not get infected by the Omicron because, again, the mutation is a huge mutation on the spike protein that will break through the natural immunity of the infection, the people that the last 3 months. When you get infected, we say that you will be protected for the next 3 months, but data otherwise show different because of the mutation. So that's the more important role for people to go out there and get the booster. The only time that you cannot get the booster if you get the monoclonal antibody treatment with the last infection. You have to wait for 3 months. But if you get infected by Delta in the last 3 months, you don't have to wait for 3 months to get the booster. You can get it, once you clear.
Doc, what else are you seeing at the clinic level?
Right now we see a lot of cough and cold. But no, we test everyone that have symptoms. But so far, again, maybe in the past week or so, we see 2 positives. So that's a good thing. That's why I say Omicron more likely it will be here, but it's not here because you will see a rise in the positive in the community. Just like the Delta before, it's just Omicron is worse. But the good part about Omicron and that we see right now is that it looks like it have less severe symptoms than the Delta, so that's a good part. The question is when it hit our community with a lot of comorbidity, what does it do? I don't know. That's something to be seen just because our population are different than, again, South Africa. We have a lot more comorbidity, so anything can happen.
Right. So South Africa is like a younger. I read that somewhere. Like they're a younger population.
Yeah, the average age 27, and they're pretty. Most of them think South Africa is a poor country. They're pretty modern and they're pretty healthy. So 27 and healthy. Yeah, they just like us. When we're young and healthy, just like you say, 18, 29, they're healthy and they have mild symptoms. But again, we have a lot more comorbidity, so it's a little bit different. So it's something we have to see, but the best way that we can do is to truly to offer people the booster, and they want a booster, they need to come in and get them. And UOG are closing on the 15th December, guys, so you have another 5-6 days left. I wish they stay open, but again, access to the vaccine going to be a lot less without them.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you know, Doc, are you tracking when UOG closes? Are we going to see other outreaches popping up elsewhere?
Yeah, there's going to be, at the public health, put a lot of small outreach on the village. But again, it's UOG is very convenient for people to go to, and then the Guard did a beautiful job on that throughout the pandemic. So really need to say thank you for the Guard to do that. That we cannot do without them.
Right.
Yeah. So get your booster, get the campaign out there. People in the 4.5 to 6 minutes out the window, they need to go in and get it for before the holiday. Again, Delta still on the island. It's not going anywhere. And if your immunity are down, we're all to get together, the family, protect yourself, and we all need to work towards the, to prevent the surge. And again, at this time, I point again, I wish that the governor and make decision that to get rid of the mandate with the vax and unvax. We get to the point here that we all have to work together within the two group to go through this pandemic, especially the next surge whenever it comes.
Can you kind of clarify something for me? Is it true that the Omicron variant, that children are more susceptible to get it?
Sabrina, yeah, the firm data we have is through South Africa, right? I mean, everyone else, I know it hit over 50 countries already, and over like 17, 18 states that have the Omicron. But South Africa, the only one that have the firm data, about, I think 10% of the hospitalizations for children. Okay, so that's pretty high number. Because children usually don't end up in the hospital. With 1 out of 10 admission, that's kind of high on the Omicron. So again, we're still learning to see if that is true across the other nation and in the state. So far, I haven't read anything regarding any increase in pediatric admission in the state regarding Omicron yet. But again, we're only 2 weeks in, so we only have what we know about South Africa.
Yeah, Doc, I mean, I just want to go back to when we're talking about Omicron like this now, but there was a point where we were talking about Delta, the same conversation, and look what happened with the Delta. So, yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, we have to be cautious just because, like I say, our population, different with a lot of comorbidity. You have 20, 30 years old that have kidney disease because of poor control diabetes, on dialysis already. You hardly see that anywhere else except here. So our population, we have to treat differently, and I think we should be more aggressive to do that. At this point, with the surge just get over, I really like the public health to really go back to the drawing board on the table and really plan ahead for the next surge to identify what we need to do to correct our mistake in the last one, and be very aggressive at the beginning and control the spread of the virus and not let it get out of control. That's through really rapid testing. They need to ramp that thing up really, really fast. And the contact tracing, that's what our mistake is in the last surge, is that we wait too long. So we really have to plan ahead of time. We can prevent that by do things correctly the first time.
You said we're like 2 weeks into this, but in other locations where Omicron is, has anyone, I guess, died from the Omicron variant that you know of, or how serious can you get sick from this?
Yeah, so far, Sabrina, I mean, the data from the state all point out that it's more infectious than the Delta, but the symptom is less severe.
Okay.
So that's what we know now. It might change the next day, right? Because as we have more data, but at this point, it looked like with the blessing is that it will be it have mild symptom. But again, the other side of the coin is that because the mutation, people that have the immunity from the Delta and the Alpha and everything that they're infected before, they can get reinfected again with the Omicron because the mutation is on the spike protein is different. So, no, if you get sick a month or two ago, you can get sick again with Omicron just because of mutation. So be careful. You know, the best way is, again, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hand.
Amen.
Those three still remain the key for prevention of you getting the COVID infection. So don't forget that. We're going to be like that for a while.
And also for those who just will not get vaccinated, this is kind of the same thing. Just continue to, stay healthy, take your vitamins and things like that.
Do your sit-ups.
The FDA and CDC now approve booster for 16 to 17. So, I know my children will be excited to have it. So in 16 to 17 now they can get the booster, the Pfizer only.
Right, yeah. Yeah, they should do a jingle. Public health, they need to come out with a jingle.
Okay. I'm sure you can come up with something.
I know a guy who's a master jingler. Saying.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, real quickly.
If you go get the booster, you can go outside and play with the rooster. I don't know.
Okay. And
so you have to film about 14 days or 12 days before Christmas and New Year. So at least get the children go out there, at least get the first dose, and we get somewhat protected to get together for the holiday. And let's get a good holiday, Christmas and New Year, much more different. I passed by the again last night and lost people, a lot of lights, and I tell you, it's so good a feeling to see those things.
Me too. Yes, feels really good, Doc.
Yes.
Thank you. You good, Bree?
Yeah, I just wanted to again follow up. Any word on whether or not tier 2, tier 3 clinics are getting paid, reimbursed?
Did you get your Christmas money?
Yeah, Sabrina, we just recently got paid for a portion of what we do. So I know it's hard to work the government, and we got paid sooner or later. But yes, we did get a small portion of it the last week or so.
Nice. So you came on the link, you complained that you weren't getting paid, and then you got paid. There you go. Results.
Good job.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
But thank you so much for everything you guys do during the pandemic. It is a lot of help, and a lot of people listen to this link. So thank you for passing the message.
Thank you,
Always.
Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Be safe, guys.
You too.
3W.
3 W's works. Hey, it's worked for me.
Okay.
It's worked for all of us, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it has.
Yep.
Yeah, you better.
COVID free since 2020. Thank you, Doc. You would do a jingle about playing with your rooster.
That's the only thing I can think of. What else rhymes with booster? Simon and Schuster, the publishing company.
Yeah, maybe you would do it like a rhyme with a shot. Like you get your booster shot. Something, like that maybe. I don't know. I like that though. Go get your booster, then you can play with your rooster.
Yeah.
Cockfighting's totally legal.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 7:58. This is the link. Friday, December 10th. It's proudly brought to you by Pacific Points, Cabo Enterprises, ITNE, and Jack in the Box. Tomas Maglotnia with NMI Regional News coming up. Plus, as we always do on a Friday, we got Feed Me Fridays.
Even more food on a Friday.
Yes, we got Sports Link. We've also got a little bit of my Q&A with the public health reps at their press conference yesterday. We also have a sneak preview of the One Micronesia podcast.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay, it's all on the way at 7:59, Friday, December 10th. On the breeze, we are KUAM FM in Hagåtña, Guam. KUAM TV, guys, fix yourself. Here we come. Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday. Viva Betness. Betness.
Bria's on her third piece of
Oh,
cake,
come
right?
on.
Wow.
Third? There's nothing wrong
That's
with
what
that.
it's there for, Bree.
It's good cake.
Thank
By
you,
all
Glenn
means,
Lujan.
indulge.
Glenn Lujan of the KUM Podcast Network. He's actually going to do a video on it, guys. So if you want to learn how to make this awesome Hawaiian Delight cake, keep watching the stations at KUM. Never stop watching us because there's always something happening. Okay? Good morning.
And if
Wait, until
in case you missed anything, Jason will surely recap it.
Yep.
tell people, Bree, your strategy though for eating this cake is when you came back.
Jay's just trying to deflect because he had cake earlier on the show and he had a big mountain of Cool Whip on
Got a
his,
glob of Cool Whip
right on his nose.
and my mask smells wonderful right
I
now.
bet, yeah.
But Bree and I actually took the same tactic, right, Bree? Because when you were actually cutting yourself a piece of that Hawaiian Delight cake, you went for the corner.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the corner is where you can get like the extra. Remember, like those old school cakes with like the 100% sugar flour.
Yep.
You always go for the corner because you get extra icing.
And usually that's where you typically start when you eat
Yeah.
cake.
Not like Jason will cut a piece out of the center.
In the middle.
Yeah. I'm that one guy when you get like a cookie from like Great
You're
American
always
Cookie,
that
I was
one
like,
guy.
I want my own name.
No matter what, you're always that guy.
Yeah.
Good morning.
And you're the guy again who's gonna stand on the side during the football game. We want our land back.
Mm-hmm.
My friend.
I can just see that. Why don't you? No,
That
tell
would
me what.
actually be a good prank.
Why don't you actually do that? Why don't you?
Prizes?
Why don't you go to the high school championship game and just hold up a blank piece of paper and tell people to make memes of that and then write what is Chris Barnett saying and then they can write their messenger.
Good morning, guys. We want to know who you count on in your life and why. So be by the phone and get ready to call when prompted. It's the Cobbles Insurance Count on Us for Life contest. It's 8:01. Let's go ahead and get into the news now.
Mm-hmm.
Or you need a little more time with your cake?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Quality time.
8 o'clock. Pacific Points presents our 8 o'clock newscast with the very latest from the KUAM News team. Sabrina Saz-Matanani. Good morning, Sabrina.
Off day, everybody. GPD's Highway Patrol Division investigating a fatal crash that occurred just before 3:30 yesterday afternoon. The crash occurred near the Gain Animal Shelter in Jigo along Marine Corps Drive. According to GFD spokesperson Terika Charkaloff, a man was extricated from a purple Pathfinder and transported to GRMC. Medics were performing CPR on the adult man during transport. Again, the incident was classified as a fatal investigation or crash. Meanwhile, the CNY Department of Public Safety is investigating a fatal crash that occurred yesterday morning in Marpi at the Marianas Resort Quarantine Facility. According to a press release, the crash involved a utility task vehicle. One person is dead and 2 others were injured. It occurred around 2:30 yesterday morning. The press release indicates that several items were scattered throughout the area of the crash, including beer cans. DPS says the UTV driver was speeding before all 3 occupants were ejected. Those involved are believed to be quarantine operations staff. Governor Ralph Torres offered his condolences to friends and family of the deceased, who is a COVID-19 task force member. As for COVID in the CNMI, they finally released the latest numbers. The last report was issued on December 3rd. According to the latest report, there have been 332 new cases of COVID identified from December 1st to December 7th. There are now 12 hospitalizations and a total of 725 active cases. 266 were found through contact tracing, 65 via community testing, and 1 at travel testing. The CHCC reports that 496 people have recovered from COVID. The case count in the NMI since March of last year is 1,514. The vaccination rate there is 89.9%. As for Guam, the Joint Information Center reports that 7 people now hospitalized. Only 1 patient is receiving ICU level of care, and all 7 patients are vaccinated. Public Health reports an additional 13 new positive cases out of 925 tests performed on December 8th. 7 were identified through contact tracing. To date, there have been a total of 19,300 officially reported cases, 267 deaths, 281 cases are in isolation, and 18,752 people have recovered. The CAR score is 0.9. As of December 8th, a total of 126,663 of Guam's eligible population, that's residents 5 years and older, is fully vaccinated. Here's the breakdown. 12,052 residents between the ages of 12 to 17 years old have been vaccinated. 3,659 residents 5 to 11 received their first dose of Pfizer. 848 residents, again 5 to 11, have completed the 2-dose series. 30,667 booster shots have been administered to eligible residents. Another reminder for GDOE parents and stakeholders that Public Health and GDOE will host a virtual town hall meeting tonight at 6 via Zoom. Public Health will facilitate presentations and address concerns from parents about vaccinations. The meeting will also be streamed on GDOE's Facebook page. With the Delta variant pushing up COVID hospitalizations and the Omicron variants threatening more problems, the Biden administration is taking new steps to protect Americans. Bradley Blackburn reports.
In the fight against COVID-19, the FDA has authorized booster shots for almost 4 million 16 and 17-year-olds.
If you get the booster, you're really in good shape.
Adding teens could help lagging booster shot rates. Only 26% of eligible Americans have gotten the booster so far. Just over 24% of those who can get the vaccine haven't gotten a single dose.
With the new Omicron variant threatening, health experts say there's even greater urgency to take whatever steps possible to protect yourself.
Unless we really double down on what we're doing, we could see an increased spike that goes even higher than that as we get deeper into December and January.
Pfizer says its additional booster shot increases protection 25-fold against the new variant.
At first we were skeptical about do we need it or not, but once we heard there was another variant out there, there's no taking chances.
For now, it is the Delta variant causing the most U.S. infections. 4 states are currently seeing record hospitalizations compared to any point during the pandemic. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
More news, here's Tyler Matinani.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Buenos dias, half a day, everyone. I'm Tyler Matinani with your headlines here on The Link. A video gone viral, a man in the act of vandalizing a local bakery. This while an employee was inside fearing for his life. KUM's Hannah Devanzo has this report.
I was scared. I was very scared. And because it was so quick, like literally less than a second, to react and get into survival mode.
Ezekiel Dumawal works at Daily Bread Bakery in Mighty. He was working the late shift when he heard a commotion coming from the front of the shop. When he looked outside the window, he saw a man.
A gentleman with a bat just started saying, "What's up?" Expletive. Like, "What's up?" The B word. And so I didn't even say anything or whatever. So the moment he said that, he took the first strikes toward the glass and then just kept going at it.
While most would run away, Dumawal wanted to protect his family business.
Oh, I'm on the car. Sir, why are you doing that?
Out of bravery, I ran back with my phone and just started recording. And, "Sir, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?" And so I was able to get just a glimpse. The face is blurry, and from there the officers arrived, and they were there to help.
At this time, police are searching for the suspect and the case is under investigation. If you have any information about this incident, call police at 671-472-8911. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Hannah Devanzo. The House has passed a defense spending bill that includes $765 million in funding for local military projects, along with a mandate to build a missile defense system on Guam. Here's more.
The 2022 National Defense Authorization Act now goes to the Senate. In a statement, Congressman Michael Sinicola said the investments in the measure, quote, will continue to provide much-needed capital influx to our island as we meet our national security priorities. Sinicola provided a general breakdown of the $765 million, but only a few specific projects were identified. They include $34 million for the National Guard Readiness Center and $38 million for a submarine base at Polaris Point. Meanwhile, the congressman also said the bill, quote, specifically pushes the advancement of missile defense on Guam with direct language requiring the Secretary of Defense to ensure that we are secured over the next decade. This was further confirmed in recent statements by the Deputy Commander of U.S. Indo-Pacific Forces. In a recent media report, General Steven Skalenka said, quote, to defend Guam against the Chinese military's evolving capabilities, we require a land-based, persistent 360-degree system. There's no getting around that. He said the Guam defense system needs to be one that, quote, integrates today's systems and those that are developing into the future. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
With concern over the Omicron variant circling the globe, Guam's only airport shares how they've been affected. Daniel Perez reports.
Before the Omicron variant, we were seeing an uptick in flights. We've been talking with several of our airlines, and obviously some others coming on, including some new ones that we're currently talking with to be able to fly into the airport. But I think as it relates to the Omicron variant, it's still yet to be seen how that's going to impact some of the more some of the holiday travel toward the end of the month. But we have seen cancellations in the near term.
GIAA Deputy Executive Manager Ricky Hernandez says the concern over the Omicron variant has left tourists second-guessing if they should visit the island, with many of the canceled flights from the Korean market. He has concerns as well, referring to testing, arriving passengers, and those who are departing Guam.
There currently isn't a testing facility here at the airport for departing or arriving passengers. And so that's something that obviously we've been looking at. But as it relates to convenience for some of the travelers, like in other markets, I believe that they're trying to work with possibly where they're currently lodging to be able to do that before they get to the airport.
As for travel restrictions,
we've not heard any additional changes as it relates to increasing restrictions. What we've seen is that public health's travel requirements for exemptions for quarantine have actually added that you could come in with a negative antigen test if you had it 24 hours or a day prior to departure or departing to Guam from any destination. And so that's been an added quarantine exemption in addition to being fully vaccinated.
As we reported, the current travel restrictions state that if you want to bypass quarantine, you must be fully vaccinated with either a WHO or FDA-approved vaccine, have a negative PCR test within 3 days of arrival, or an antigen test within 1 day of arrival. Daniel Perez reporting for Guam's News Network.
That's it for now. We'll see you tonight for KUM News Primetime.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Guam residents who were exposed to downwind atomic radiation testing fallout are another step closer to being qualified for federal compensation. The House Judiciary Committee Thursday reported out the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act for action by the full House. The amendments, which include compensation for Guam residents exposed to downwind Marshall Islands atomic testing during the 40s and 50s, remain intact. 3 people sentenced in district court for their role in rigging bids involving UOG federally funded projects from 2014 to 2015. Former UOG professor Thomas Marler was sentenced to 1 year and 1 day imprisonment. Former USDA employee John Hobart Lawrence was sentenced to 4 months, and his daughter Janika Lawrence was sentenced to 1 year probation. During the time of the conspiracy, Marler used his position as principal investigator between UOG and the Department of the Navy to manipulate government contracts that were favorable to a company he controlled and another company owned by Janika and operated with the help of her father John. The 3 conspired to rig bids and fraudulently obtained over $200,000 in project work. With sports, here's Dave Delgado.
SportsLink is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.
FD and Southern High played for a chance to advance to this year's ESA Football League Championship game. Friars' Evan Brown with the stop on the play. Dolphins quarterback Josiah Quintanilla hits Jaron Leon Guerrero, who makes a great grab. Leon Guerrero able to maintain possession all the way to the ground. Southern's defense came to play. Anthony Bonarigo comes up to help with run support. Bonarigo giving a shout out to the fans for supporting. Friars' defense picked off Quintanilla a few times throughout the game. Christian Manglona comes up with the first turnover of the game. FD strikes first. Defensive MVP Caleb Murphy with the dive to the left side, going in for the short touchdown run. On the next Friars defensive series, Murphy comes up with the pick. Caleb rolls with the quarterback and comes up with the second interception for the Friars defense. Southern was able to hold it down and force a punt. Nice play here by Alex Sojo, setting up the screen to Garrison Areola, who picks up a big chunk of yards. Friars went on to win 21-0 to advance to the title game. FD will play Guam High after the Panthers defeated GW. Check out running back Kyle Gogwe do his thing on the punt return for the touchdown. The Tumon Typhoons FC were crowned champions of the U12 division of the first ever Guam Football Association Jingle Bell Tournament, defeating the Guam Shipyard Wolverines 9-3 at the GFA National Training Center. The new tournament, a youth development supported in large part by Japan Football Association, was played in a span of 4 weekends and featured 4 age groups, U6, U8, U10, and U12. For many players, the Jingle Bell Tournament featured the first youth matches back on the pitch since the COVID-19 pandemic canceled the Triple J Auto Group Robbie Weber Youth League halfway through the spring 2020 season. UOG's baseball tryouts were held at the GW Baseball Field in Manilao. The Tritons are looking for UOG students, transfer students, and high school seniors wanting to pursue the sport at the collegiate level.
I see a lot of hidden talent. You know, we got a bunch of players coming out of the dorms. They've been here for about a year or so and haven't been out in the baseball scene just yet. So we're here to bridge that, make that happen, get this hidden talent exposed, and get them out there and playing ball like they're passionately and desirably waiting for, man.
The Tritons are still accepting eligible players to try out. UOG will be holding a baseball clinic on December 18th and 19th from 9 to 12 in the afternoon at the GW Field, and on December 20th through the 23rd from 4 to 6 p.m. at GW.
As a freshman, looking out to all these players, we have talent, we have what it takes, and we have people who are willing to come out and support. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to revamp the program and relive it, as my father was also a part of this program, and I'm just very excited.
I'm glad to see the turnout of everybody that came out this weekend, and we hope that more comes out as the excitement and the word gets out that the UOG program is back. We're trying to bring it back to where it was in the 90s, and we hope that everyone that's interested in playing baseball and attending UOG, go ahead and come out, and we'll be here to help and support you guys and guide you along the way. 2 things you're going to accomplish. You're going to go to school, try to earn your degree, and at the same time have fun playing baseball with a group of guys that are aiming for the same goal.
For more info, contact Coach Roque Alcantara Jr. at 671-747-4579. Proof of vaccination will be required. In other news, big shout out to DeAndre Cruz from San Mateo College. Cruz wrapped up his final JUCO football season for the Bulldogs, where he played linebacker. DeAndre battled back from an injury early in the season to take back his starting position and finish the season strong. He got his first Division I scholarship offer from Stony Brook University in New York. The 2018 FD graduate went from playing running back to the linebacker position. Congrats. We'll keep you posted on his final decision. Championship hoops in the 10 and under division. Ethan Domingo pulling up from the outside for the Nets. He's good for it. Money's in the bank. Gabriella Connor running off the turnover, waits for the defender to run by. She hits the baseline jumper for the Hornets. The game was tied at 19 with 8:55 left to play. Yup, we're showing free throws. Josiah Leon Guerrero collects on 2 the long way. He hit both free throws. Tristan Santos with the steal. Clear path to the rim for Santos, who goes off the backboard for the easy layup. Hornets get the win 27-26. It was the Sonics and Kings in the 16-under championship game. Big man Noah Hernandez and 1, baskets good. Jace De La Cruz checking in for 3. Yes, sir. John Mercado was waiting for his time to go to work. Gets the pass at the top of the key. Nice elevation on the play. Bank was open all night. Keanu Anderson putting the clamp down on defense. Anderson hustles to pick up the loose ball. Takes it to the rack for the finish. He's been putting in work during the offseason. Ryu Reklai with the quick take to the basket, getting inside for the score. Anderson answers wide open up top. Makes the defense pay for not getting out. Quick outlet pass by the Kings. Devontae Parker, 1 dribble and goes up with it. Basket and the foul. Sonics beat the Kings 24-13. Mercado working for his shot. Screened by Noah. Pull-up jumper is money. Cha-ching. Last bucket here by De La Cruz for the corner 3. The Guam High Panthers and Father Duenas Friars will meet up Saturday night at the GW Field in the ESA Football League Championship game. Panthers head coach Jacob Dowdell held media day at the school's campus yesterday afternoon.
I'm super excited for this championship game. You know, I feel like I've been waiting for it my freshman year, and then sophomore year I feel like we had a really good shot, but no season. So it's really 3 years I've been waiting for this. And defensively, communication is going to be super important, making sure that we all have our assignments, we all do our job.
So for this game, it's paramount that we rap, because as you know, they have very elusive running backs, and whenever we have a play that could be a loss in yardage, we'll make sure to rap, because we can't be having situations where we're letting them gain yards when they shouldn't be. And as a defense, we've been polishing on rapping, and even if we can't make the initial contact and where we can take them down ourselves, we will always have each other. So as long as we hold them down, we have our teammates coming.
I really feel like it's important for us to run with aggression and to do our jobs very well, because if we don't, we might get injured during the play, and that'll be very detrimental to our offense. And the pass protection, again, is really important, so we can make sure we keep our quarterback safe, give him enough time to throw the ball to his receivers so we can make those big plays.
It's always important to have fun, because if you don't have fun, you take stuff too seriously. You start, going through the motions. You start doing things that are unnecessary, getting unnecessary calls, start making unnecessary plays. So it's always important to have fun, stay focused out there and stay disciplined.
In programming news, this Monday, December 13th on the stations of KUAM, we get you started with a doubleheader on KUAM TV 11. At 4 in the morning, NFL on CBS. The Las Vegas Raiders at Kansas City Chiefs. Keep it locked on Channel 11 at 7:25 in the morning. More NFL on CBS. Buffalo Bills at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then at 11:20, NBC Sunday Night Football on KUAM TV 8. The Chicago Bears at Green Bay Packers.
SportsLink is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.
More with Shell V-Power and Pacific Points. Fill up with Shell V-Power to help protect your engine on your way to the ones that matter most. During this holiday season, receive double points and fuel discount coupons.
KUAM's multi-platform morning show, The Link, just got a little more delicious with Feed Me Fridays. Chris, Sabrina, Jason, and the rest of the morning crew will take some time off each Friday to talk, taste, and tempt you with all the latest and greatest food and drinks on Guam. Old faves, new hits, and everything else we can put in our bellies. It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link. Brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows. This season, KUAM Communications is ready to go with more games, more championships, and more sports specials guaranteed to bring out the fan in you. Don't miss a minute of gameplay from NBC on KUAM TV 8 or from CBS on KUAM TV 11. We're bringing you all the action and excitement brought to you locally by Marianas Irrigation and Landscape and Docomo Pacific.
Coors Light presents Uproar, the Sleigh Game Edition, Saturday, December 18th at Custom Fitness to compete head-to-head to determine who's the fittest. Visit guamtime.net. To purchase tickets for $15, visit us online. Special thanks to KUAM Communications, Boca Box, Custom Fitness, Kill Cliff, Cherry Media Vision, ERC, and A-Tech Construction. Proceeds to benefit the Guam Volleyball Federation.
Attention basketball fans, the wait is over. Clutch Guam presents the second annual McDonald's High School Basketball Classic, going down December 20th to January 8th at the Father Duenas Jungle. Make sure you come through to watch some high school boys and girls varsity division action. You do not want to miss out. Special thanks going out to KUAM Sports. We'll see you there.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated.
I didn't have any symptoms.
I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
The Novena to the Christ Child, a podcast series on KUAM Communication, a local Christmas tradition reimagined with all 9 days available on demand on the KUAM Podcast Network beginning December 6th and streaming on all our digital media platforms as well as nightly at 7 p.m. on Isla Digital Radio.
Basically, my life was a revolving door of just getting drugs, using drugs. My name is Anne-Marie Sablan. I'm 26 years old and I'm a student at Guam Community College, about to graduate with my associate's degree in human services. Got my high school diploma with GCC's Adult High program. The staff there is very helpful, they're very friendly, and it became like a family dynamic. It's possible for anybody, especially people like me who struggle with addiction.
The holidays are here, and you know what that means. Time to gather with family and friends, dress up our homes, and explore the Christmas season in paradise. Why not share these moments for a chance to win $100 in cash? Log on to visitguam.com/Instaguam today to participate in the Guam Visitors Bureau's #Instaguam photo and video contest. A winner will be chosen every week, so share your best holiday moments now and win. Brought to you by GVB, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Catch SportsLink on the KUAM News Morning Show, The Link, every Friday for the latest sports news, game schedules, athlete profiles, and more. SportsLink airs every Friday across the multi-platforms of KUAM. Tune in to the broadcast on Breeze 93.9 FM, on KUAM TV 11, live stream through the KUAM News Facebook page, or view highlights on YouTube, KUAM News Facebook, and Instagram page. SportsLink is brought to you by Marianas Irrigation and Landscape.
Take in the panoramic beauty of our island each Sunday on the KUAM News Instagram with Scenic Sundays. Scroll through the natural beauty of the island on display. Scenic Sundays on the KUAM News Instagram is brought to you by Addis Trust and Investment, Location, Service, Trust, and Häagen-Dazs Shops Guam, where every day is made extraordinary.
Feliz Navidad.
go. 8:29. Good morning. Tomas Manglotnia joins us in the KUAM News Zoom room live from the CNMI, where he's reporting in front of the Commonwealth Legislature. Good morning, Tomas.
Good morning, Chris. Yes, I'm reporting right outside the Commonwealth Legislature, which is also across from the governor's office. But before we get to that, I did want to start with the latest case report from the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation last night. 332 cases of COVID-19 identified from December 1st through the 7th. 266 of those were identified through contact tracing. And the vaccination status of all of these cases are pending, of course. And we also did receive some numbers with regards to new hospitalizations. There are 12 individuals hospitalized as a result of COVID-19, 8 unvaccinated, 2 vaccinated, 2 partially vaccinated, none are on a ventilator. And bring Chris, I think this detail in particular is news to us, which is that 2 were discharged from the alternate care site as of last night's press release. And the CNMI stands at about 89.9% vaccination rate of its eligible population. And so, of course, this data coming after a week of not receiving these daily case reports. We did post the daily breakdown across our social media pages and website, so you can view them there if you'd like to see the cases throughout the last week. But we are outside of the CNMI legislature because in just about an hour, the CNMI Governor's Legal Counsel and the JGO Committee, which is the committee that is investigating Governor Ralph Torres' expenditures and travel, they're expected to meet for a negotiation and accommodation process. Of course, also at 10:30, the Department of Public Safety Commissioner Robert Guerrero is scheduled to testify before the committee. And also at the same time, Governor Ralph Torres, it's unclear if Governor Ralph Torres will appear at 10:30 this morning, but we do know that he canceled his 8 o'clock press conference today. And we do know also yesterday receiving the tragic news that one of the staffers at the quarantine site passed away after an accident on UTV. And so amid all of this news, the governor has chosen to be absent from the media, although it's unclear if he'll be present at the meeting and his testimony this morning. We do know at least his lawyers are going to be meeting with members his testimony at 10:30 here at the CNMI legislature, bring Chris. And for those of you who might be wondering what exactly the committee will be questioning him on, in the subpoena that was delivered to him over the weekend, they list about 7 areas of interest that they'll be questioning the governor on if he appears today. First of which is premium class travel. The second is about expenditures, per diem, stipends, and reimbursement justifications, meals, housing, gifts. The third related to property and inventory policies, procedures, goods purchased and claimed by or on behalf of the governor or his wife, the First Lady Diane Torres. The fourth being the Department of Public Safety personnel for personal security detail and use of other governmental personnel and resources, including federal grants. The fifth being contracts and contractual relationships entered into the benefit of the office of the governor, but not limited to contracts for personnel, consulting, and legal representation. The sixth is payment and use of utilities for the benefit of the governor and First Lady Diane Torres. And the seventh area of interest of the matters that they're going to ask is about the federal investigations involving the CNMI government expenses and resources. So again, at 9:30, that conference happening between the committee and the lawyers of the governor, Bern Brick, his legal counsel, and possibly also potentially likely Ross Garber, who's his DC attorney. And at 10:30, the testimonies of both the commissioner and the governor. And of course, the legislature does remain open amid the shutdown of some government offices because of the COVID-19 surge that we were just reporting on. But they are going to be streaming it, and we will be in attendance here as it happens. Again, 9:30, the meeting with the lawyers of the governor's office, and then 10:30, the expected testimony. And of course, amid all of this news, Chris, when we have so many questions, we just do, especially after just the tragic passing of that staffer yesterday. The governor decides to cancel his press conference. We don't get a chance to ask these questions.
Just to go back to the UTV, was the one that passed away, he was a driver?
Sorry, Bree, what was that? You cut out for a bit.
The UTV, was that the driver?
I believe so. That's what it appears to be in the Department of Public Safety report. And it happened at the quarantine site.
Yeah.
A lot of people having questions about that. Of course, the governor releasing his statement, the condolences to the family. Also, interesting note at the end about the mental health of frontliners and those at the sites. And so, of course, tragic news.
Were they working?
And,
were they on duty? Do you know?
It's unclear if they were officially on duty, but they were at the site where work happens. So no further details. They asked that we respect the privacy of the family, but of course, given that this happened at the quarantine site, there are questions.
Do we know if that UTV, is it a government vehicle or?
It's a utility task vehicle is what they're calling it. They didn't call it a government vehicle, but it probably ran tasks on the quarantine location. Marianas Resort is one of the larger sites, unlike the Pacific Islands Club or the Canoa Resort, where you can take the elevator up and down. There's kind of spread out and a larger area. It's also one of the testing sites, and so different setup there. But beyond what we reported yesterday, we've just have yet to hear anything. We know that there's an ongoing investigation into that as well. We were hoping to ask questions to the COVID-19 Task Force Chair, Warren Villagomez. He's not picked up any calls from us once we learned of this news yesterday. Again, the incident happened around 2:30 in the morning yesterday, and we received news of it around 4 o'clock yesterday, right before newscast. And we learned of those tragic details. And the governor at the same time releasing a press release expressing his condolences. But amid this surge, we're at over 1,500 cases. While the governor might not be holding a press conference, the CNMI Public Health might be holding a press conference today to address the surge, because we are still in a surge. And there are a lot of questions about how things are being handled. And the absence is deafening regarding these matters.
Tomas, it kind of seems like there's just been one thing after another news-wise coming out of that quarantine facility over there in the NMI.
It's unfortunate, right? We reported that one death that happened there, and then the other, both not related to COVID, at these quarantine sites. It is alarming. And while we do, in our reporting, want to respect also the privacy and what the families are going through, it is without a doubt raising questions. And the people who have these answers are not willing to provide that information as of yet. And so I'm not sure if it will take a legislative hearing to get the answers we need. But we do know that while there will be no press conference from the governor of public health, I just can't wrap my head around it that we were holding press conferences for case reports that were not in this surge. And now that our community is in a surge, we're not hearing as much from this governor. And amid this investigation that is happening here at the legislature, receiving all of this through press releases that are written and prepared, we need to have an open forum. And as the press here, and I know I've spoken with some of my colleagues at the other outlets, we need that open forum because people have questions. We get questions 24/7 texted to us, concerns about this surge, concerns about the investigation, and the governor has chosen absence today.
Tomasa, it's not unlike what's happening here. I mean, we were going through a surge, and we couldn't pay public health to come on here and address the people. Well,
this is the difference, right? The public health here is going to hold a press conference today, probably around noon.
And just so you guys, sorry, Tomasa.
Because there's a surge.
Yeah.
Because there's a surge.
The background with the NMI, if you guys pay attention to this news and you wonder why there's kind of like this separation between the Community Healthcare Corporation and the Office of the Governor, over there in the NMI, the Community Healthcare Corporation is overseen by a board, and right? Is that what it is?
Yes, yeah, and CEO Esther Munia even was commenting on how the recent restrictions don't really address the priorities of what is considered to be this public health concern. With all of this news, it's hard because it's not only public health; it's also the entire task force that works together collaboratively. So while we are getting comments and receiving information from public health with regards to the COVID case reports, with the frontline effort, it also involves other agencies here as well that we can't really question if they cancel these press conferences and don't have that open forum. So we'll continue to reach out, but so far that's the latest. And we asked the local radio hosts to host these press conferences every Friday, and they tell us that there was no reason given for the press conference being rescheduled, but you can't help but notice the context in which this is happening, in which in just about half an hour from now, the governor's legal counsel will be entering these legislatures' doors to sit and confer with the House committee that is investigating the governor, and that also at 10:30, the DPS commissioner will be here to testify as well with regards to his affiliations and his actions in relation to some of these corruption allegations. And no word yet if the governor will appear this morning, but given that he's probably cleared his schedule at 8 o'clock this morning, who knows, he might make an appearance.
Well, I believe we're going to be streaming that, right, at 9:30?
Yes, we will be here because they are taking COVID precautions. So not everyone. I'm not sure if how many people from the public will show up, but those precautions are in place. The legislature has decided to remain open, and so there's going to be limited attendance inside. And so we'll bring you that live when we can.
All right.
Thank you, Tomas.
Thanks, Tomas.
Thank you.
Hang in there, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give him credit. That's a hot shot right there. You know what I mean? It's like right in the sun. Whew. Tomas Maglotnia, our regional correspondent, reporting all the way live from the NMI.
He needs some Hawaiian delight cake this morning.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's 8:42.
Is there any left?
Yes.
Let's go and do some more news here with Uncle Ken Conception. It's brought to you by our friends at First Hawaiian Bank.
Buenos tanapades to get some to be sa morgan ni KUAM News. Presenta ni Familia Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank. Aji tauta ni makonin seguidas para Naval Hospital después que masoni gumania gita totu sa matay. Masih alas 5:30 ginigap na ogan, manmati Guam Fire Department guatu guhin na guma Sintan Cemento gi San Miguel Street. Mapitforma ay CPR gi itauto, mentres makokoni guatu gi hospital. Itauto sa kasi mas ki 20 anyos na edad. May bisita ka tayo ki masoni gima. Masa suntu, Ajin daik meni manahuzong 3 meses na tempo tati sama ansio hanay oficial federal makon ilusutumus si Rebecca Rose and Nicholas Morta gi inigap. Bain daik si Morta gi September na mes pud bineno na inataki. Sigoni dokumento ni Koti maataki si Morta na makekemanuli at paro dispatsa and distribute maski 50 grama na methamphetamine. Ikinatradisi siya sa masisirigi Enero and Febrero na mes ki mapasansakan. Maskedyo si Morta pero ma-arrange gimenan ni magistrate si federal na West Michael Berdalio pago na ogaan. Yuto mo na sunto gifinot sa moro gin ni KUAM News para pago na Webes. I-house na ramas ki Congress ng Amerika sa mapasa di 2022 National Defense Authorization Act. Adun na biyo sa gwasya artikulo ni nabat gagwahan. Sayang ipod $1,000,000 na salapi siya para i-project militar. Adun na biyo sa paro managwahalok di Integrated Air and Missile Defense System ginigitagwahan. I-Secretary of Defense sa Mataria para identifika itaymano designa na gasto para ma-implementa kapasidad niya as 360-degree integrated air and missile defense para defende islata kontra cruise, ballistic, dan hypersonic na animasal siya. Adyo na bill sa sampi humanaw katu gira masisenit gi Kongreso ng Amerika. Para Guam News Network, Guam si Ken Conception. Yasuto ifinut sa moro sa presenta sa ninafato ni Familia Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated.
I didn't have any symptoms.
I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
Alpha Day, I'm Angel Savon. Have you ever run into a child that has no home or parents aren't there because of a different situation? This past year and a half, there's been over 400 kids that have no homes and parents can't care for them. My choice of giving is giving them an opportunity to find a home, to find the care, to find a smile, to find something to change their lives. The Mayor's Council of Guam, in partnership with the Foster Association of Guam and Harvest House, want to find homes for these kids. Help us find homes for them so that they can get the love and the care that they all deserve. We were kids once, we aren't now, but we sure don't want to make those kids grow up not knowing if they could have a future for themselves. Thank you.
The KUAM Podcast Network is back and on demand, featuring a great variety of podcasts from our island and region, including culture, lifestyle, awareness, crime, politics, commentary, comedy, and entertainment. Available on most streaming platforms. The KUAM Podcast Network. Subscribe and listen now.
Let's get merry during the most wonderful time of the year by making spirits bright. KUAM Communications and Coast 360 want to highlight your decorations and lights by flooding the social media pages of KUAM with your videos and photos. Finish your holiday setup, snap a few shots or video of your delightful display, and send it to us through social media or email them to promotions@KUAM.com. Check out our posts every Friday or tune in to KUAM News Weekend Edition for a special montage of the submissions certain to be making spirits bright with every broadcast. Warmest holiday wishes from KUAM Communications and Coast 360 Federal Credit Union. Together, we thrive.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city, featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Got a question about your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Marianas Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutter, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Marianas Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Marianas Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Hey, good morning, The Link. Friday, Betman, December 10th. It's Pacific Points, Cabo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. There is a town hall tonight, right? Huh?
A virtual town hall meeting with the Department of Public Health and the Guam Department of Education.
Yeah.
So they are asking parents, because there's so many people wanting to know information about the vaccines. And of course, as you know, the numbers for the child vaccination, specifically from 5 to 11, they seem a little low. And so that would kind of mean maybe there's parents out there that have all kinds of questions and concerns about it. And so there was a survey actually that went out earlier this week that Public Health sent, and GDOE forwarded on to parents. So they're going to be revealing the results of those surveys during tonight's town hall meeting. So just keep in mind, only 500 participants are allowed to actually enter into the Zoom room. Yeah. So you need to go and get in there as soon as you can so you can solidify a spot. But at the same time, they're streaming it on GDOE's Facebook page. And so in the past, the way it's been done when they have these virtual town hall meetings, they not only take the questions and concerns in the Zoom room, but also from Facebook. Janella's been really good about making sure that she gets both platforms right.
Comments right. 8:51. Talking about Janella, Department of Public Health and Social Services. We're going to play this little clip from their press conference yesterday, where I was able to get in and ask a bunch of questions. All right. The show continues on the way. We'll do Feed Me Fridays. I've also got a sneak peek of the Chronicles podcast debut, and One Micronesia, and also FHP with Hoffa Health Tips. All coming up right here on The Link. Good morning.
Thank you, Joe. Chris Barnett with KOAM's The Link.
Thank you. Thank you, Janella. Hi, everyone.
Morning.
Hi, Dr. David.
Hi, Chris.
So we were able to interview the Physicians Advisory Group Chair, Dr. Nathaniel Berg. I want to say it was last week. And I mean, he really sounded the alarm about how the Omicron variant and the situation was urgent, and so urgent that he made this huge call out to GDOE to start vaccinating kids at school sites. So what is public health's role in that effort? And can you kind of give us an update on where we're at with that effort?
So we're meeting with I would have been meeting with GDOE since November to try to get the kids vaccinated. We have a program where we go to the different villages, and let me just say, there are some villages that the sites are next to the schools. So like in Talafulfu on the 10th, it's at the gym, which is right across the street from the school. Daniel Heights is on the 13th, and Daniel Heights gym is right next to, I forgot what the name of Daniel Heights is. My old age showing up. Hoggett, 1215. That's near both Mount Carmel and Marshall Sablan, and then Jotna, which is next to St. Francis and nearby to MU Lujan. So their vaccination times are 2:30 when the school closes all the way up to 6. So maybe you can get the message out to encourage the parents. If they're picking up the kids, maybe just swing by the gym to get vaccinated, and they can get their booster, and the kids can get their initial shots. But we're going to have a town hall meeting tomorrow to discuss and answer questions from parents, both GDOE and public health. And I think they were going to start next week with schools that had the highest number of students to try to get a maximum number of kids vaccinated. So, I mean, we're not doing it just one way. We're doing a multi-pronged attack to try to get, because again, the more people that get vaccinated, both the booster and the initial series, as again, Dr. David mentioned, the better our shields are going to be, and the less likely that we will get hurt with the attacks. Thank you.
Thanks. Dr. Bob, just to kind of follow on that, right? What I'm hearing, because I talked to a lot of parents, is a lot of them are saying, oh, we want to kind of wait and see, right? So I guess just that concern anecdotally, since I hear it a lot, how would you address that if someone with kids, said, oh, Dr. Bob, yeah, I know you guys are pushing the kid vaccines, but I just kind of want to wait and see. How do you respond to that?
Well, what we're doing is that we're trying to, and we've got the pediatrician, all the pediatricians on this island talking to their patients, because let's face it, if you're a parent, you trust what your pediatrician is going to tell you, because that's the reason why you're bringing your kids to them. So we're the town hall meeting tomorrow. We're going to try to answer questions from parents, and we're going to try to include as many pediatricians as possible, either through Zooming in with us or by answering the questions, and then we relay their message. So yeah, we're trying to give the message out through different avenues. I talk to patients during the times I see them in the clinic. So yeah, multi-pronged attack. So yeah, we're trying to get out the message. Thanks.
Is there any data, Doc, that you know of about Omicron and how infectious it is with the young kids?
Well, again, the data is still ongoing. Well, we do know that in South Africa, now you got to realize South Africa, their immunization rates is pitiful. I mean, they're, I think, only about 10% of the population is fully vaccinated. So they noticed that the Omicron appears to be more infectious than the Delta, but not as severe as the Delta. And that's the early information that we got. So will Omicron be more deadly than Delta? Kind of doubt it, but we still don't have enough information to say. Is it more infectious? Yes, we know that. Thank you.
In Dr. David's presentation earlier, she talked about the 18 to 29-year-old group, and as far as vaccination, they're tracking 60%. So, given that group, and then the booster numbers, and maybe the kid vaccines, are we, or should we anticipate any type of aggressive campaign on the part of public health or ADALOOP to really get the message out there about vaccination and the boosters?
Chris, I'll let public health answer the question about what they plan to do for communications, but I will say that our data clearly shows that the biggest gap in our shield right now are the children, the 5 to 11, and then followed by the 18 to 29. And those could in fact be linked, because who are the parents of the young children? It's likely to be the folks who are in the 18 to 29-year-old age group. To your question as to should we wait, well, you can choose to wait, but the virus is here. The virus is not waiting. And so the question I think that parents need to weigh in their mind is, are they willing to take that risk to leave the children unvaccinated and therefore unprotected, knowing that the virus is here? So it's a decision that every family has to make. But I think it's very important to be aware of what the real risks are with the virus being here established in our community.
Yeah, Dr. David, thank you for that. So I guess, could you tell us what the real risk is? Because, I mean, just devil's advocate here, we didn't see a lot of kids get infected with, severely ill, right? We did see the infections, but I saw your chart. So I guess just to the parents, what is that risk if their kids are unprotected? I mean, from the low end to the other side of it.
Well, when we talk about risks, we talk about the whole population, right? But when it comes to your particular kid, that's an individual child. If the child does get sick, are you willing to take on that responsibility? So we know that we have had pediatric patients admitted to the hospital because they did have severe disease. And I think it's important to remember that we will see more hospitalizations if more infections happen. So while we say that it looks like the new variant is more infectious, but it appears to be less severe, we still have to remember if a lot of people get infected, we will start to see severe cases. So they are all linked, they are all interrelated. And the key, I think the question that parents really have to think about is if it's your child, are you willing to gamble on your child's life? Because with the child, the risk is either 0 to 100. It's 0 or 100%, right? I mean, for an individual, it's never. We can give you percentages for the whole population, but when it comes to that one child, you know, it's 0 or 100. So I think that's the sort of mindset that we need to think to adopt.
Thank you for that, Doc. I guess just for Annette,
I just want to add something
ahead.
else
Yep.
to that.
Okay, Doc.
So when we first started having the COVID infection, children, when they got infected, either had no symptoms or mild symptoms. The problem, though, is that if they don't have any symptoms, especially like this time of the year, what do the Manamco like to do with their grands? They don't tell them, stay away from me because there's COVID around. They hug them, they kiss them. So the likelihood of that child passing it on to the Manamco is much, much higher. With the Delta variant, so last year we didn't have, to be honest, I don't think we had any admissions for COVID for children. With Delta, at one point we were averaging 1 to 2 admissions, and we were lucky, if you want to call it luck, is that we had a couple, I think 3 or 4 kids with that MIS syndrome. And the first child that had the MIS syndrome was actually the worst of all of them. He had blood pressure problems, he had clotting problems, he had his heart was affected, his lungs were affected, his kidneys were affected, his GI tract was infected. We were lucky in the fact that we were able to get a treatment for that, which is that IVIG. We got half the dose from Naval Hospital, half the dose from GRC. So soon after he got that dose, his blood pressure became better. So we stopped to have blood pressure medication. His clotting improved. So we were able to stop giving him the anti-clotting medications. So he got better fairly quickly. The other 2 weren't as bad. And I guess that's kind of lucky because getting the IVIG into this island is real tricky. If it doesn't follow, it's got to be transported a certain way. It comes to Guam, and if it's exposed to the elements, meaning it's not refrigerated properly, it's no good. And so with the other 3 admissions, I think we didn't give them the full dose, but they weren't as bad. If the Omicron is more effective, but not as bad, what does not as bad mean? I mean, we may have 1 or 2 kids that get the MIS. And if we don't have that IVIG, the proper treatment, we don't know what's going to happen to those children. And that's why CDC and FDA is stepping up. The monoclonal antibodies were EUA for 12 and above, and those monoclonal antibodies showed a great effect on decreasing our hospitalizations and our death, but we weren't able to use it on the younger population. Well, now they approved the monoclonal antibodies to children as young as 6 months up to. So yeah, we have something else to add to our armamentarium to try to get treat our COVID patients. But like Dr. David said, do you want to take a chance with your child of getting it and being one of those that need the monoclonal antibody, or heaven forbid if they need the IVIG and we don't have?
Right.
And the only thing we could do is just pray.
Yeah, I mean, that's such great information, Dr. Bob. And I think that's the challenge is, we're doing this town hall at 11 in the morning when everyone's at work, and we do our part as a media partner to kind of get the information out. But, and I know that town hall tomorrow is definitely going to help. But again, how do we kind of like get the message out there to drive these numbers up with the boosters? I think for a lot of people, they're like, oh my God, I got to take a booster. I just took the vaccine, So even with the boosters, I'm hearing a lot of just confusion. So I guess A, are you guys satisfied with the numbers? And B, if not, what are you going to do to increase them?
Unfortunately, the 18 to 29-year-olds, they're the ones that drive fast on the roads. They're the ones that drink and drive. They're the ones that text and drive. So, they're unfortunately think they're immune to death. And that's why they do take these chances, unfortunately. That's why if you see the numbers for the 55 and older, they've been through that phase. They know that if you take chances, there's that risk. And that's why they don't want to take that chance. And that's why they're getting the shots. That's why they're getting the boosters. Unfortunately, sometimes, we're all stubborn. And sometimes it takes somebody to knock you down before you realize, oh man, I shouldn't be fighting with somebody that's 6'3" and muscular, or this alcohol does impair my driving, or if I drive fast, my reflexes may not be as quick as I wanted it to be. So unfortunately, the 18 to 29-year-olds, that's the way they think, and trying to change their mindset is, if you have an idea.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated.
I didn't have any symptoms.
I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
The holidays are here, and you know what that means. Time to gather with family and friends, dress up our homes, and explore the Christmas season in paradise. Why not share these moments for a chance to win $100 in cash? Log on to visitguam.com/Instaguam today to participate in the Guam Visitors Bureau's #Instaguam photo and video contest. A winner will be chosen every week, so share your best holiday moments now and win. Brought to you by GVB, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Basically, my life was a revolving door of just getting drugs, using drugs. My name is Anne-Marie Sablan. I'm 26 years old, and I'm a student at Guam Community College, about to graduate with my associate's degree in human services. Got my high school diploma with GCC's Adult High program. The staff there is very helpful. They're very friendly, and it became like a family dynamic. It's possible for anybody, especially people like me who struggle with addiction.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Jamalinians for the win.
In Excelsius Deo.
Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
You know what, Jay? I'm so happy that I can count on you for life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know I can count on you too.
You're one of the people that in my life that I can count on.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Just coming from the heart. Corazón, Salu. You know who
Would
else?
this have anything to do with the fact that I brought you lunch the other day?
Yeah, it's a little bit to do with it.
Wow.
But you know who else you can count on? You can count on Cowboys Insurance, as they're proud to present this Count on Us for Life contest that we're doing here on the link. The phone number, 671-637-0094. Call now. We got some prizes to give away. And all we need you to do is tell us who you count on in your life and why.
And who you count on in your life and who you count on for life.
Right.
You over the course of your life, you can count on probably like a lot of people and everything, but who is with you down since day one? Who do you know you can not talk to this person for months on end and just call that person up and you'd be like, hey,
Pick
man.
right back up where you left off.
And it's not a thing. It's not like, how come you haven't called me?
How?
How come you haven't called me? No Chamorro guilt trip, none of that stuff and everything like that. It's just, hey, you're my person. So who is your person?
671-637-0094. That's the number to call. Jay, tell them about our awesome prizes for today.
Sure. The prizes for today. We're giving you a really, really healthy prize. First off the bat, we're giving you a $25 gift certificate to the Ignite Juice Bar, and they have got amazing stuff there. And, of course, our friends at Shell have been hooking you up with fuel all week, and we're also giving you $25 in gas from Shell. So $25 to go to the Ignite Juice Bar and have a refreshing, tasty, healthy treat, and we'll help you get there. Shell will help you get there.
That's it. Let's go to the phones and try and get a winner here. Welcome to the link. Good morning. What's your name? Hello? Hello? Ooh. Lost you there. Try back. 637-0094. Of course, the area code is 671. Try this again. Line 2. Hi, Link. Welcome. Good morning. Who's this?
Bertha.
Oh, hold on a second, Bertha. I'm going to put you... Everybody's on hold now. We're going to get to you guys in just a sec. But, Bertha, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Can you turn down the radio? I know we sound very good loud.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Bertha.
My brother Norbert is too loud.
Your brother Norbert. Okay, so hold on. Let's just get started here. Bertha is calling about the Cowles Insurance Count on Us for Life giveaway, and the person you can count on in your life, Bertha?
Norbert Santos.
Very nice.
Sigandina Lastimosa Santos. Those are the two. I know you asked for one, but I'm telling you both, husband and wife, I count on. Because my brother cannot do it without his wife's goal.
They're a package deal.
My brother cannot do it without his wife, okay.
He's not allowed unless he has permission.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Well, congratulations, Bertha. Hold the line real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and get another winner here. The Cowles Insurance Count on Us for Life giveaway. Good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Elizabeth Agagi.
What's up,
Hi,
Elizabeth?
Hey, Elizabeth.
How are you guys? Aloha and half the day.
Aloha.
Coming from the 671 all the way out to the 808.
Oh, 808.
Yeah. I thought I'd just call you guys and just say half the day and aloha. And I always try to follow you every day that I can. I'm so homesick for Guam. Did you say I was a winner or not? I don't need to win any prizes. I'm all the way in Hawaii. I'm sure the people on Guam can really benefit for what you guys do. I just want to thank you for keeping us all informed of what's happening, and I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
Well, Liz,
thank you.
Merry Christmas to you too.
And we know how giving you are because you always you give of your time, you give of your talent, you give of your spirit. So you are the winner. But if you won't mind sharing with us who you can count on, you can absolutely donate.
Maybe you have a relative on Guam.
Okay.
Maybe you have someone on Guam who could come pick it up for you. You know what I mean? And they can use it. So tell us.
What? I really would like to give it to my my dad's baby sister. She's a breast cancer survivor, and she lives alone in Guam. And if she can pick it up and use the prize, I would appreciate it. Her name is Jacinta Perez.
Jacinta Perez.
And I know what the contest is about, but my husband, the reason why we live in Hawaii, we really want to go home, we cannot go home. He's got a very rare disease, and we just added the 6th doctor. And I usually try to go with him to all of his appointments, but because of COVID, I stay in the car and wait for him. Mm-hmm. But he's always by me through thick and thin, and but we really support each other, especially the time when I had my cancer, and now he's got his medical conditions. So I always can count on my husband. We have been married for 38 years. The military has taken off, us away from Guam and lived in so many different places, and Hawaii was our final stop. And the big decision was, do we go home or do we stay here? And you know what? And that's why I'm so giving, because I'm so blessed by God to still have my family, and especially my son who's been deployed 3 times to Iraq, Kuwait, and Afghanistan. And we've been through a lot of rough situations, but God always came through, and I believe in the power of prayer.
That's right.
And I'm praying right now for my husband to become well again, because he is no longer in remission. And they're going to start a new treatment now, and this is the 6th doctor now that's going to be dealing with him. But thank you so much for everything that, the mask is nothing. I've been giving out, oh my God, more than 1,000 masks, and I mail it to the mainland, I mail it to Guam. It's whatever I can do. I'm a full-time grandma now. I'm no longer at the schools, taking care of my autistic grandson, and I feel like he's my oxygen now. We live for our children, and like I said, we do everything we can for them to help them to grow up, to be independent and loving and caring people. But thank you so much.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
We'll be praying for your husband.
Yeah, Liz, you can count us over here because you're part of the Link family as well, and we're praying for you too, so you can count on us.
Liz, if you could just message Jason your auntie's phone number so we can get a hold of her and give her prize.
Okay, because of everything's on the cell phone.
Yeah, nice. So go check.
I do not memorize her phone number. I just see her name and I hit the button. I don't know if it's because of my age already or what, but I'll have to give it to you. I'll text it to Jason.
Sure,
Thank
yes,
you.
please.
Thank you, Liz.
Christmas.
Hey, Liz, and si Diyos masi and mahalo.
Buen provecho, San Hagumas.
All right, there you go. Liz Agagi, she's a big-time member of the Link fam. She's always
I got the feels when I helped her.
Yeah,
she's a beautiful spirit.
That's pretty awesome. 917. We actually have another prize package from Calvo's Insurance. Bree, but this isn't the only way to win, right?
No, it's not, because there's 3 grand prizes, and you have to register at calvos.com, and you can win. The first grand prize is a hotel stay over at Loti Hotel, and that's for the person that is nominated, but the nominator they also win prizes, and I don't have it.
I'm the only real nominator.
But the grand prize 2 and 3, they are $1,000 shopping spree over at Payless Markets, and you have to shop within 3 minutes $1,000 worth of stuff.
Wow!
Right, and then the
totally could do
nominator
that.
Gets $250 worth of gift certificates, so that's pretty big. And then Shell gas certificates.
Right on. 918. We're going to take a break, but hey, call now, 671-637-0094. We have another prize pack from Calvo's Insurance. This one is a $25 gift certificate to Mescla. Oh, man. And $25 in Shell gas, and we just need a winner. Call in, tell us who you count on in your life and why. It's so easy. Let's just go to the phones right now. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Eugene.
Eugene, how are you today, man?
Doing great. And yourself, Chris?
I'm doing pretty all right. Pretty okay, pretty all right. Pretty solid.
So who do you count on?
My fiance, Ha'ani Joy.
And why do you count on Ha'ani Joy?
Because she's always been there since day one, since we've been together. Always has my back in good times and bad. Always supports me with whatever I decide to do in life, and always pushes me to be better. And I just know whatever comes my way, she'll be there in my corner, backing me up no matter what.
Very nice. And obviously, Eugene, because she used your fiance, she said yes, so you can count her.
Yeah, she said 1,000,000 times yes.
How long you been together?
3 years on the 28th of November this year.
Yeah, day. When's the wedding?
January 2023.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you planned it far enough ahead, and you're like, babe, by 2023, I'm pretty sure the COVID will be gone.
Hopefully, we pray every day for that.
Amen.
Hopefully.
Right on. Well, we have a Mescla gift certificate and a gift certificate from Shell, courtesy Cobbles Insurance. Count on us for life.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Eugene, and I
Hold
hope
on.
Honey Joy is listening.
We shall see if she messages me.
If she isn't, man, we put the whole show up on YouTube, and you can go ahead and screen record her a little clip if
And
you
then
want.
then she's got evidence that you guys are going to going to Mescla.
So, Eugene, I guess we'll give you the floor. Is there anything you want to say to your fiance?
Just want to say I love you very much, and thank you for always being there for me.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like someone's getting a lucky Friday night. All right, Eugene, hold on. We'll get right to you, get all your info. It's 9:19. We're back with more of The Link next.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated.
I didn't have any symptoms.
I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
Basically, my life was a revolving door of just getting drugs, using drugs. My name is Anne-Marie Sablon. I'm 26 years old, and I'm a student at Guam Community College, about to graduate with my associate's degree in human services. Got my high school diploma with GCC's Adult High program. The staff there is very helpful. They're very friendly, and it became like a family dynamic. It's possible for anybody, especially people like me who struggle with addiction.
The holidays are here, and you know what that means. Time to gather with family and friends, dress up our homes, and explore the Christmas season in paradise. Why not share these moments for a chance to win $100 in cash? Log on to visitguam.com/Instaguam today to participate in the Guam Visitors Bureau's #Instaguam photo and video contest. A winner will be chosen every week, so share your best holiday moments now and win. Brought to you by GVB, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city, featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Got a question about your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender.
Welcome back to The Link, everybody. We have an extra special episode of Hafa Health, our segment where we teach you how to live a healthy and happy island lifestyle here with our friends at FHP. And we are talking about understanding health of the gums and of the teeth and everything that has to do when you see the dentist. Of course, that is an essential part of taking care of yourself. So we welcome into the KUM News Zoom room for the very first time a friend of ours, someone who is an expert in this topic, Dr. Jurga Martini. Doctor, happy holidays to you, and welcome to the show.
Happy holidays, Jason, and thank you for having me.
Okay, and I guess to set up a little bit of context, this doc, I spent a pretty substantial part of my youth at the dentist office. I had 9 teeth pulled by the time I was 11 years old. I wore braces for 3 years. I had constant cleanings and everything like that. My parents actually really emphasized good oral hygiene and making sure that I brush my teeth. Ask my coworkers here. I brush my teeth 4 times a day. But I really try and get it done. And yet I know there's more I could do and there's more I could understand. So that's why we brought you onto the show about a variety of topics dealing with good dental health.
Great.
Okay, so how, even as obsessive and maybe a little bit OCD as I am with, taking care of my choppers and everything, how often should I, and should the average person out there, how often should we see people in your profession regularly?
Well, recommendation is twice a year, but at least once a year is just like a physical medical exam. We would like to see patients at least once a year.
Okay. Does that include because I mean, when I think of, cleanings and everything like that, that's kind of just, routine. You go in there, maybe I've had coffee a few times. I drank tea. So there's a couple stains that need to be touched up and everything. Or should I get basically an entire workup, x-rays, taking a look if my teeth have shifted, what happened with my wisdom teeth and everything like that. Is that what I should be doing twice a year?
So recommendations are to get full set of x-rays or a panoramic x-ray every 3 to 5 years, most of the cases every 3 years. Mm-hmm. And once a year we update to what we call bite wing x-rays so we can see any early changes in cavities and bone loss. On the yearly exam, we do a thorough examination of your gums, measure the gum pockets, check again bone levels, look for any restorations, fillings, crowns that are deteriorating, need to be replaced. We can see a lot of things like a lot of people are not aware they're grinding and clenching, so we see changes in the enamel, breaking of the enamel, cracks in the teeth. We can recommend crowns, we can recommend night guards, all kinds of things. So it's not just a cleaning to remove the stains. We inspect and look actively for a lot of things, a lot of changes.
Right. Now, as I understand it, Doctor, from talking to various dentists as I have over the years, apparently Guam has a kind of alarmingly high amount of tooth decay and periodontal disease when it comes to the gums. And somebody told me once, and they said, as we age, obviously, with men, sometimes you get a receding hairline. Your gums aren't necessarily supposed to naturally recede the older you get and everything like that. If you see that happening, that means you probably got something that you got to go see your dentist about.
Two interesting topics that you touched. Yes, since I recently moved to Guam, I noticed very high caries rate among children and adults. Those things we can work together, keep you healthy. As far as periodontal disease, it's again very prevalent here on the island, and it's recession as well as things we don't see and we don't feel. It's deep pockets around your roots, bone loss, and most of the cases patients are not even aware that there is major things going on. So again, regular healthcare, regular appointments, x-rays, we can detect that early.
Now, would your intuition as a physician, as well as as the patients that you've seen, does that normally indicate that it's people not brushing their teeth enough, or even if they do so 3 times a day, they're just going in there and doing the 20-second thing, and then they're in, they're out. I mean, you should actually dedicate at least a minute and a half to brushing your teeth every time, right?
At least 2 minutes, and we always encourage to use an electric toothbrush, and they have built-in timer. It's a lot of factors that will contribute to that. Brushing and regular appointments is one thing. Then again, how your body responds to plaque and bacteria in your mouth. Mm-hmm. And Some people are good brushers and they still end up with some gum inflammation and bone loss. Some people don't do that of a thorough job and are okay. So again, genetics is involved in that as well. So when patients come in, we can customize treatment. Sometimes lots of things, even clenching, grinding teeth can contribute to gum recession. So again, we need to customize treatment for each patient and identify what are the factors causing this.
Oh yeah, doctor. I mean, I've owned a Sonicare for so long. I should probably have stock in the company at this point and everything. But that is one of my most prized material possessions. I love my Sonicare.
Great.
It really gives me a feeling like I've just seen you. Like, you know, every time I brush my teeth, it's like, wow, my gums feel great. You know, like it's nice and smooth and everything. Like it's a wonderful tool. But of course, the one thing that always comes up, and your dentist will always ask you this, is, do you floss? And most people universally agree that is really, really important to do. But then most people, in my experience, you know, don't really commit to doing that on a regular schedule. Like, how much does not flossing regularly and the right way contribute to periodontal disease?
Well, when I talk to patients, I explain to them you can be the best brusher on the planet and have the fanciest toothbrush, but there are two surfaces in between the teeth that never get cleaned. So that's where the floss comes in handy. And now we have lots of aids available to clean besides the floss, all kinds of interproximal, what we call rubbery things, and floss holders. So people who sometimes don't have good manual dexterity to get the floss all the way in the back, there are a bunch of things we can recommend. We can go to Kmart here and buy it. They're just not aware that it will be as good of a job as flossing.
Exactly. And I'm glad you brought that up, because if you go to any store, you know, people go by, you know, the oral health section and they're like, oh, okay, well, I know, you know, I can get the electric toothbrush, or, you know, I can get a bunch of disposable toothbrushes, and maybe there's the dental picks because that's helpful. And then people say, you know, should I actually buy a separate bottle of fluoride, or should I buy like the combination, you know, toothpaste where it says whitens your teeth, freshens your breath, you know, gets the plaque out and everything like that, and they want to maybe save a few bucks or, you know, consolidate and everything like that. I'm sure you would agree that like actually getting a dedicated fluoride product and rinsing and swishing and everything like that, you know, like you put in, spend a couple extra bucks, put in the extra work, it is going to pay dividends as time goes on.
Definitely. Most of the toothpaste products on the market, they have fluoride, the levels approved by American Dental Association. Mm-hmm. However, as we're aware, there's a high caries rate on the island. And when we think about it, there's lack of fluoridation in the water. People drink filtered water. And again, we talked with FHP team, what can we do to get our patients as healthy as possible and keep them as healthy as possible. So as far as decay rates, we offer fluoride treatments twice during your regular cleanings twice a year. Mm-hmm. But then for some patients, we end up prescribing the specialized higher concentration fluoride toothpaste as prescription only. Some patients, we recommend higher concentration fluoride rinse is over the counter. So again, that's why regular exams come in handy, because we can customize.
Yeah, and again, walking in any store, I mean, I've got like literally 5 million different combinations and, you know, and brands and chemicals and, you know, combinations of things. I've always been curious about hydrogen peroxide and whether that should be like is it an impulse buy? Is it a luxury item? Or is that something I should really prioritize as far as my oral health goes?
Hydrogen peroxide is usually not recommended. It's too harsh. It's going to do more harm than good. So if patients have periodontal disease, we give a prescription chlorhexidine rinse. Over the counter, we always recommend to use any mouth rinses that don't contain alcohol. Like, for example, patients who have dry mouth or are going through chemotherapy or have medication that cause dry mouth, there's a line of products that we can get over the counter. For some patients, they say, oh, I like the strong Listerine taste. I feel like it's cleaning well. Well, they can stick to their Listerine, but shouldn't use the one with alcohol in it. It's, again, too harsh for your gums and for your soft tissues in your mouth.
And obviously one thing that we see, doctor, is a lot of people want to buy like those tooth whitening products because it says, you know, it'll get your teeth 19 shades whiter in only 6 weeks, but they're doing this for cosmetic appeal, but they're not necessarily doing it for health reasons. So, you know, they open their mouth, you know, 2 months later and they've got a smile that could light up Tumon Bay. and yet they've probably still got, cavities and like things like that. So how do you recommend your patients, when they say, I really want to have a white, the whitest teeth possible because I'm an Instagram model and everything like that, but you also got to take care of, your teeth, your gums too.
That's right. When people want to do teeth whitening, again, like you said, we need to evaluate if there are any cavities, any underlying issues before we do teeth whitening in the office or recommend something over the counter, because again, lots of variations. They might not get as good results if they have some old fillings or crowns or whatnot. Again, depending upon the structure of the enamel, for some people, too much whitening might not be good long term. For some patients with really strong enamel, they're okay on doing it more frequently. Also, there are some toothpaste over the counter that really do a fantastic job just maintaining your whitening results after whitening. So again, every patient is different, enamel structure is different, so that's what we need to look at and advise them.
Okay, good to know. Well, you mentioned X-rays a few moments ago and everything, and I want to kind of talk about that for a moment, if I may. How many X-rays should I be getting? And even though I see a dentist like yourself twice a year, how many X-rays do they have to take? And do my teeth, will they really have that much significant movement? Twice a year.
So we take full set of X-rays. Excuse me. Once every 3 years. Either a full set will be small set of small X-rays, or a big panoramic X-ray and a few in the back. And then once a year we update only the what we call bite wing X-rays in the back and a couple in the front. So we try to keep the radiation dose as little as possible as whatever is needed. So we don't just go and zap X-rays on patients just to make our life easier to diagnose things. We have to customize for some patients.
Okay, and I may be weird. I may be, kind of like the outlier here, but actually getting X-rays of my mouth is my favorite part of seeing the dentist. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they put that big vest and it makes me like real warm and everything like that, or maybe because I want to be an Instagram model. I just feel like somebody else is taking pictures of me, but forgive me. I know vanity is a sin, but that's one of the reasons I go to the dentist so often. I want to have a good mouth. My mother has literally spent like $10,000 on my teeth over the years, but
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's another interview. Okay, may I ask you to dispel a myth now, doctor? When it comes to brushing the tongue, you go online and you see a whole bunch of stuff. People say it's an absolutely essential thing that you have to do to have perfect oral health. Some people say it's an old wives' tale. That's it's not really necessary, or like somebody made it up years ago just to sell product and everything. But what do you recommend as far as brushing the tongue?
I'm a big believer in brushing the tongue. Again, every patient is different. Some patients, when we do a yearly exam, you can see their tongues are white and coated, and some people looks like baby's tongue, nothing on it. It depends upon the anatomy, and they have like hair-like things growing. For some people, they're longer. For some people, shorter on the tongue, and the long ones obviously trap plaque and bacteria. So brushing the tongue with a toothbrush doesn't do as good of a job. I always encourage patients to get a tongue scraper. You just rinse it and reuse. It removes a lot more plaque. And I tell patients this is some of the food particles, bacteria just sit there and rot on your tongue, and you can be really thorough about brushing and flossing. You still have source of bad breath and potentially infection spreading eventually sitting on your tongue. Yeah, tongue scraper is a really good thing to use. But again, for some people, they can scrape the tongue and not much will come out.
Mm-hmm. And should this be part of my normal teeth brushing routine? Like if I brush my teeth after every meal, I should also scrape my tongue after every meal?
Yeah, once a day.
Okay.
I would recommend to do it at night, in the evening, so plaque doesn't sit there, because at night the tongue doesn't move much, salivary flow is not as good. So yeah, I personally do it myself in the morning. That's my habit. As long as you do it consistently, you're doing really great service to your general health.
You take care of your mouth, and your mouth takes care of you. As simple as that. Okay. Now, before I let you go, Doc, I have one final question, because you were mentioning, kind of like things that might be like a little bit gross, or like, like a bad breath and it stinks. I've noticed it as I've gotten older, because I'm 47 right now. A few times over the years, I've developed, and I've had to look it up online, but tonsil stones, and you get like these little nasty little like kind of like white bulbous things that sometimes pop out. They just sit in the back of your throat for a few days before they come out naturally. If I have that, and I mean, the smell could wake the dead. I mean, obviously, like I'm preaching to the choir here, but they can be rather, at minimum, a little bit inconveniencing. At worst, they can just, give you some pretty funky breath, right? If I have an issue with this, should I see yourself as a dentist? Should I see like, my normal family doctor? Or, how should I address that?
That would be either your family doctor or ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
those-
ENT. Gotcha.
Yeah, ENT. Those stones are harmless. Occasionally they can get infected. Again, some patients have deeper grooves in the tonsils, and that's why you end up with those tonsil stones. So, your family doctor.
Okay.
Or ENT.
Okay, well, Doc, we'd like to extend to you the final word, because, of course, holidays are coming up, and typically a time when people eat a lot of food. They drink a lot of eggnog, a lot of, cider, if you will. They eat a lot of holiday candy and everything like that. So as a professional, someone who has dedicated her life to making sure that everyone has the cleanest and healthiest mouth possible and everything like that, what should we know about good oral hygiene through the holidays?
It's the same thing when I talk to patients about drinking sodas all day long. It's your decision if you're going to drink eggnogs and then do all kinds of sweet and good stuff. Don't just sip it all day or have a can on your desk and keep sipping, because sugar gets broken into acids in about 20 minutes. So 20 minutes later, we take another sip. Now we're bathing the teeth that got affected by acid, we're bathing them in sugar. So I tell the patients, drink the whole can, rinse your mouth with water after that. No damage done, no damage dentally. So if all the sweet stuff is going to come now during the holidays, just make sure you don't let it sit on your teeth. Just rinse it.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for the insight and the expertise, Doctor. We really, really appreciate it, Dr. Jurgen Martini over at FHP. And remember, everybody, ask for a Sonicare. Ask Santa for a Sonicare. That's going to be the best present you ever got. I am testament to that. So, Doctor, we extend our happiest of holiday wishes to you and your team and your family over there at FHP.
Thank you, Jason. Same to you guys.
All right. Have a wonderful day. And please stay tuned, everybody, because the link will continue with more right after this.
We all know that a healthy lifestyle is important to prevent chronic diseases and long-term illnesses and boost mental health. It's difficult to determine exactly which healthy habits are worth investing in to live longer and healthier lives. But FHP is here to help. Tune into the link every Tuesday for FHP Hoffa Health Tips, brought to you by Take Care. Helpful advice about healthy lifestyle choices that will have a big difference in your health from the medical experts at FHP Clinic. FHP Hoffa Health Tips on the link every Tuesday is brought to you by Take Care.
Uno Mixed. We're mixing it up on the last Thursday of every month with a look at lifestyle, entertainment, food, and so much more on the stations, networks, and digital platforms of KUAM Communications.
Uno Mixed is presented to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
The Novena to the Christ Child, a podcast series on KUAM Communication, a local Christmas tradition reimagined with all 9 days available on demand on the KUAM Podcast Network beginning December 6th and streaming on all our digital media platforms as well as nightly at 7 p.m. on Isla Digital Radio.
KUAM's multi-platform morning show, The Link, just got a little more delicious with Feed Me Fridays. Chris, Sabrina, Jason, and the rest of the morning crew will take some time off each Friday to talk, taste, and tempt you with all the latest and greatest food and drinks on Guam. Old faves, new hits, and everything else we can put in our bellies. It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link, brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
Coors Light presents Uproar, the Slay Game Edition, Saturday, December 18th at Custom Fitness to compete head-to-head to determine who's the fittest. Visit guamtime.net. To purchase tickets for $15, visit us online. Special thanks to KUAM Communications, Boca Box, Custom Fitness, Kill Cliff, Cherry Media Vision, ERC, and A-Tech Construction. Proceeds to benefit the Guam Volleyball Federation.
some family and friends. Next year, same plan, we're gonna do it again. Let's have a good time. 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 Let's get like gypsies. Hang out, get tipsy. Jet news might diss me. Never heard me Christmas Eve, but still you're listening. Decorate your Christmas tree. Wrap up those gifts for kids. Jump into that Christmas spirit. Oh, you do Hanukkah. It's all good, come chill with us. Let's smoke that. Enjoy that cool buzz.
I love this one.
Those Christmas lights. Put aside your family fights. You know the feeling's right. Let's have a good time.
Hey, good morning, 946.
This sounds exactly like a track where we could get some DJ Joseph scratching it.
Let's have a good time.
Right?
You ever scratch over a holiday song, sir? Ah.
Of course, this guy has scratched over everything.
He's a professional.
He sure is. Yep. 946. Let's go ahead and do Feed Me Fridays, which is brought to you by our gangs over at Kings. And who we got on Feed Me Fridays today, Bree? We busting out the kids?
I think we got Tyler and Daniel.
And they are sampling some of King's beef. They're going all meat.
Oh, they're going to try the beef.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going there again?
Okay.
Eh?
Feed Me Fridays. Good morning.
It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link, brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back with another Feed Me Friday at the local favorite, King's, here in Harmon. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Daniel.
And today we're going to be trying two dishes. You guys voted which one we should try more, the beef stew or the meatloaf sandwich. Not just meatloaf.
Definitely not.
Sandwich. So majority of you guys picked the
beef stew.
I'm getting them mixed up. And I'm really excited to try this because when it came out, it was nice and steamy. Daniel, you actually said that you haven't had meatloaf in years.
Oh yeah, 6 years without meatloaf, man, guys.
Whew.
I'm dying to try this right now, but I gotta say that this beef stew is looking a little bit more appetizing.
And now it said hearty beef stew, and I'm telling you, you can see all the veggies in that. I'm ready to try this. Let's not talk anymore. Let's dive right in.
Dive right in. Go ahead.
Okay. I have not tried their beef stew, so.
And it looks pretty good because it has a bit of a, what is this? Some onions, vinegar? Oh,
Finadeni.
It's finadeni.
Yes, sir. All right.
Get some rice in there. All right.
It's still hot.
Oof, that's the best part, man. If it's hot, it's good.
Oh yeah, that's how you know it's fresh. All right, get some of that on there. I'm gonna try without the finageni first.
All right. And I will probably try it with the finadeni, so let's go dive right in.
And then we also have the meatloaf sandwich here. Let's see, I can see the buttery bun. That's a huge bread, by the way. That's like the size of my face.
With a bunch of mushrooms and fries, man.
Yeah, mushrooms, onions, fries, some gravy. Okay, let's get into this.
Oh, you can hear the crunch of the bread, man.
Yeah.
That
Don't worry, I
sounds
washed my hands.
Not totally cool, yeah, I know.
Alrighties. Okay, I'm gonna try this beef stew first.
Right, and I will try this beef stew also. So let's dive right in.
Potatoes, carrots.
Ooh.
Okay,
I got mostly meat for some reason.
let's get that. Can't go wrong.
Oh, wow. You know, it's good without this, the sauce, but with it, it's
got that tang.
Yeah, it has a bit more of that tang, which is, you know, really good.
I will say, I have some pretty high standards when it comes to beef stew because my father-in-law makes bomb beef stew. This is not disappointing, I'm telling you.
This actually reminds me of like my mom's home cooking, but it's not beef stew. It's actually a local Filipino dish called menudo.
Menudo.
Yeah. But then it also has the tanginess of another Filipino dish called caldereta. But overall, this is amazing.
Oh yeah, this is so good. What is your favorite King's dish?
I gotta say, their burger. Their burger and their tinactac always gets me.
You know, I actually have yet to try their tinactac.
It's very creamy.
Of course, you got that coconut milk. All right, before I get full off of this, we gotta try out this meatloaf. Oh wait, and then there's some gravy. I don't know how we're doing this. If it's, I'll just dip it in.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's try this out.
Make sure to squeeze it down, you know, for that great first bite.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big bite. This is not a TV bite.
No way. When you try this out. Ooh. Ty was not lying when she said that this bread is pretty big. Right now. Let me do this. Oh, that's a lot of mushrooms. Look at that. Just falling off the bread.
That was really good.
Gravy, yeah. Ooh. Gravy very thick, as gravy is supposed to be. Now let's try it. Oh.
That's yummy.
That is. The bread is very buttery, so that's the first thing that hits you.
It's a nice crisp.
Nice crisp. And then the meatloaf hits you the same time as the bread, which is very flavorful. Not bad at all. Totally worth waiting 6 years for, you know?
You know, I like these both, but I gotta say my top choice is the beef stew. And it's because I love veggies and the meat is so tender. I'm telling you, man, every time I come to King's, always a great experience. The staff, they're amazing, the food's amazing, and the best part, they're open 24/7,
So if you ever get munchies at like 1 or 2, you know where to go, guys.
Or
King's
4.
is the place to be.
So
yeah, as Ty said, I gotta admit that the beef stew is pretty good. So I guess the beef stew wins.
Thank you guys so much for recommending it to us. I'm really looking forward to the next Feed Me Friday. Every time we do this, it's always a huge pleasure. Let me make my...
As Ty was saying, it is always a pleasure to try out what you guys recommend to us. And of course, if you keep on doing it, then we'll also keep on doing it.
That's right. And we hope to see you guys on the next Feed Me Fridays. Until next time, adios.
See you later. Peace out.
It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link, brought to you by King's Restaurants, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated.
I didn't have any symptoms.
I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
Hafa This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city, featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC.
GU Self Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus, gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
The world of television is more exciting than ever. Don't miss a minute of special presentations from NBC on KUAM TV8 or from CBS on KUAM TV11. Every month, we'll bring you the fun and excitement of award shows and red carpet moments, special series presentation, and other great network programs. Brought to you locally by King's Restaurant, Ruby Tuesday Guam, and Docomo Pacific, giving you more reasons to tune in and turn on. Fall in love with TV again with the best from KUAM Communications.
Hey, good morning. 9:56. It is Friday. Friday, woohoo! Thank you, Glenn Lujan, for stopping by for a hot minute. Be a special. He was actually our first guest host here on the link, Bree.
And he did
He was
great.
awesome.
Yeah, he was. I was kind of worried about my job when he was on here. Very smooth. You know what else was smooth was that cake. How about that cake?
I have 1.5 pieces. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 1.5.
Or I just had one
three.
really, really big piece.
Yeah. Bree, how many pieces did you have?
I had a couple.
A couple. So we're changing the definition of a couple.
Yeah.
Right on.
Because they were small pieces. Okay, I had a couple of small pieces.
There's no small with that cake because it's like this tall. So it's like one little piece.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that cake is layered?
Layered?
Is it layered, Jay?
I mean, it's okay. So the bottom, it's a strong foundation.
Yeah,
right?
of yellow cake.
The strata is the
Mm.
yellow cake, and then you've got there's Joe Sir taking a.
Yeah, so it's yellow cake, and then it's
Deconstructed.
the cream cheese Cool Whip frosting, and then what is the pineapple on top of that, and then the coconut. I guess that's layered. Yeah, why not? Some layers to it, Jay. There's
Yeah.
layers to this stuff, fool.
What is your favorite type?
Came from
What is your favorite kind of cake?
the kind that ends up in my mouth.
Very nice.
Yep.
You
And
guys
I'm
are-
not picky with cake, bro. How do you think I got diabetes?
Okay,
Yeah.
Bree, as
What's
a
your
resident,
favorite cake, Bree?
as a resident baker,
I don't bake as much as I
Yeah,
used
okay,
to.
so what's your favorite
no.
cake, though?
I like just like regular yellow cake with like fruits on top.
Remember that cake I got us from Huang's?
Oh yeah, well, okay, well yeah. That was
Yeah,
good.
there's this cake they have at Huang's, and it's a marshmallow cream, but it's a chiffon cake. It's so, man, guys.
can I make a request for Christmas, Bree? Could you make us a German chocolate cake?
Ooh, yeah.
Those are good.
Bree, have you ever tried the chantilly cake?
No.
Oh, it's they from
wait, yeah, I
Hawaii.
think
They
you-
got
I
one
think you brought
bakery.
some.
Yeah, they got it one time.
I used to jam the song Chantilly Lace.
But it's almost like a German chocolate cake. I don't know the difference. It's good though.
I'm gonna have to call Brant and have him come on the show.
Yeah, get Brant on. Let's see how tough Jason is when Brant comes on.
No, I'll be hiding underneath the desk, hoping he's not going to break out one of the stories he's got.
KUAM TV, thank you guys so much for jamming with us this morning on this episode of The Link. It was brought to you by Pacific Points, Cabo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. We had a little bit of a jump because we lost our first Facebook live stream, so thank you to everyone who came back and caught the rest of the show. Again, be safe this weekend.
Lots going on this weekend. Make sure go to the movie theater, watch West Side Story. It's supposed to be awesome.
Right.
Also, if you haven't, take your kids to go check out the Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And while you're over there, I think they're having a big bazaar, outdoor bazaar, right there by Calvo's Insurance.
Yeah, they got the food trucks and everything.
Right. So.
What's your favorite part of the Winter Wonderland from the pictures we got on night one? I like the whale. That whale was well, hello, my shirt. That
Yeah.
whale was cool.
That was called the minus whale. Yeah, because you minus whale, night. Got it. Thank you guys. Link fam. My name is Chris.
I'm Sabrina.
I'm Jason. Alabama probably going to win the Heisman Trophy. Roll Tide.
There you go. KUM TV, we're out. But Facebook Live and Breeze audience, stick around. We got a extra for you right after this. KUM TV está adios. And we are back on this Friday, December 10th. You're in overtime with the link. And a little treat here. Bree, I got to give Bree credit because this was all Sabrina's idea. The Chronicles podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you came up with this idea.
Actually, this is an idea from a while ago
Yeah.
when the law was signed and it was legalizing adult use recreational cannabis.
The ganja, the marijuana, the songi. Right, so when the adult use cannabis was legalized many years ago, seems like, Sabrina had this idea. She's like, man, we need to do something with a podcast and like all about like cannabis and just everything. And I was like, I think I'm your guy. So thank you for the opportunity, Bree. It's the latest addition to our KUAM podcast network. And what a week we've had with the podcast network. We had Kate Baltazar, Dodge One with Grief. She came in. She recorded a couple new episodes that's going to be coming out. Sabrina dropped Crimes Without Convictions, a new episode on that. On a great, this is a great cold case, guys. It's still open. It's a great listen. Check it out. Talks with Tosh. She also came out with her new podcast featuring somebody that we all know and love. And now Chronicles. It's a little sneak peek, guys, and I think it's going up on the social media networks, the KUAM and the KUAM Podcast Network, which you can go to. Like, let's say you got an iPhone, go to the Apple Podcast. There's like an icon. You click on there and just really search KUAM or KUAM Podcast Network or any of our podcast titles, and they'll pop up, and then you could go ahead and listen to that. We're actually going to do a little video explaining it so Tanchai can listen because she was wondering about my Tatamona Tales podcast. So we'll figure all that out. It's 10:02. Going to leave you with this little sniblet of the Chronicles podcast. Episode 1 debuts today on the stations of KUAM. Thank you, Bree.
Thank you.
Link fam, again, we'll leave you with this, and then we out. Facebook Live. Have a great weekend and be safe. What do you think of this weed? Which one are you smoking?
I am doing the Songi.
Songi Bros. Look at that.
Songi Bros. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that.
Fire.
Isn't she lovely?
And this is Songi Bros. Triangle Mints B times 1. What is that? This is like algebra.
I don't know. It's definitely a cross, but I don't know the cross right there. But
I want to see them start naming this like Daddy Do Dank.
So this strain here, this from Songi Bros is grown in Purity.
Afami Afghan.
If you can name a
Back
strain,
Road Boogie.
what would you name it?
Back Road Boogie.
Back Road Boogie.
I mean, yeah, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it could be Triangle Mints B1 or whatever, but I want to start, like you said, Mel, OG, and you were talking about the OG strains, like the AK-47s and the, but I'm talking about, like, the ones that, our uncles used to have, bro. Those, like,
The California, the Palau,
the
Palau.
right?
And so that's another thing, right? So I was asking some of my friends in Palau, hey, you guys have any seeds? They're like, oh man, we don't have any more. And it's so sad because I remember, back in the 90s, the Palau bud from Peleliu in particular,
Right.
not the one from Kroarai. I'm saying strictly the Palau Island and Peleliu Island. They had this really green sativa bud, and it was so you get so stoned, your face is numb, but you're able to do stuff. You know what I mean? It's not, but you're like really, really stoned. You're very active. So, but man, that bud was so good. And back in the day, I guess the DA was to fly over and spread this powder to kill all the plants.
Oh, wow.
And now, like, well, I mean, that's the word in the street, right? But
that
now
hurts my feelings.
That's probably what made it chronic.
to find some original Palau, man, if you can get, I'll pay $1,000 for that seed.
So when I went to Palau, but I'm telling you guys, Yap has really good weed.
Really?
I went to Yap and I met this dude here in Guam. He worked over the Fisherman's Co-op, and then I was telling him, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to Yap, and he's like, oh man, that's where so. He goes, when are you going? And this is like a couple months before I even went. And I was like, I think I'm going like November or whatever. He's like, okay, my uncle will meet you. And I didn't even think anything of it. So then a couple months later, I flew out. I got to the hotel, and there was this old guy sitting in the parking lot, and he had the tailgate down, and he just like all these branches of like, and when I got closer, bro, it was like chunky nugs, dude.
Nice.
It was the old school.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, this is like Sativa Island with long season. When I went to Palau, I just got a bunch of joints, and this is when it was still illegal on Guam, and so I don't know if you guys ever did this when you get a fatty, you're like, dude, you could re-roll that, and so these Palau joints, they were like so compact,
So compressed, yeah.
that you could roll like 4 joints out of
absolutely,
one.
yeah.
So anyway, I was smoking all, and it was like everywhere I get, it was like the same weed. It was good, you know, but that good sativa.
Really?
And so I asked somebody, I said, hey, where do you get like a different kind of weed? And they're like, oh, we got to go to Peleliu, right? So we went on the boat to Peleliu, got all the way to Peleliu. And it took me to this lady. The lady gave me the weed, and I lit it up and I smoked it. It was the exact same weed that I smoked everywhere else, but just a little fresher.